All right, I forgot to do the comments. Oh well.
Well, you can prep the comments during the podcast, I guess, if you want.
Nah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start saving live stream archive comments, and then we'll have plenty to work with. Trust me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we are live. Nobody's here yet, so I'm not gonna bother with the podcast intro.
Okay.
Also, I'm probably gonna drink a bit of this water too, real quick.
Don't lie. I know you fill those with liquor.
Well, someone notices a Sammy emo immediately.
She's so cute.
It was hard to get that picture of her with her ears out.
Yeah, and she recognizes the camera and doesn't like it.
Yeah, no, yeah. She's not photogenic. I mean, she's always cute, but photos of her don't do her justice. Videos are the only way.
Yep.
Okay, well, welcome back to CHUDCAST, New Year's episode. Only video game podcast on the internet. That will never not be funny to me. There's not really news this week. I mean, there is one political topic we're going to talk about later, but this is a video game podcast, so we're just going to talk about our best and worst games of 2024, which is obviously 10 times more objectively correct than the Game Awards. But I guess 10 times 0 is still 0. So, whatever. You know what? Our opinions are the only good ones. We're going to keep saying that over and over again. And, yeah. So, we're pretty much... This isn't every game that we played this year, but not everything is really worth mentioning. You know, that, like, furry game right in the middle is fucking
Atlas.
Distracting me. No, not Atlas.
No.
Fizz and the Rainbow Planet. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. That's the Kirby Dragon game.
Oh, okay. No, everyone here should know Atlas. Because at least if you watch the podcast. Okay, well, yeah, we don't really need a preamble for this, I don't think. We should just straight up get into the games.
Okay, we just going top left to bottom right.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, let's just go top left to bottom right. Shit, you're gonna make me look up... See, I don't want to look up footage for every one of these games, especially if I didn't play them. But yeah, top left is Animal Well, which I didn't play. So that's a good start, I'd say.
Yeah, but you saw it, and that's good enough. Because that's the only reason anyone likes it.
Yes, I have seen a bit of gameplay of it. So you explain it since you did try it. Did I like a game I didn't play?
Well, yeah. If you've seen any footage of it at all, then you understand it as well as everyone who lies and say they played it. So did you like it?
I don't know. It looked okay. It looked like every other Metroidvania, right? It's Metroidvania,
well,
isn't it?
you figured it out. That's what it is. It's every other indie Metroidvania you've ever played, except no combat. It's a puzzle platformer. Don't you love those? Aren't there not enough of those indie puzzle platformers?
Yeah, that already sounds like slop. Like, without, even touching the game, I'd put it in slop tier,
But dude, it looks like LSD, man. Isn't it so cool? And Donkey likes it. He only likes good games.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Last of Us 2.
Yep, and Mario
Odyssey. Yeah.
Yep. Good taste. Really good. Okay, well, slop then, right? We don't even have to talk about this.
Tier.
Okay, now Quiet Place. I streamed this one. I know you didn't play this, obviously. So let me pitch you.
Recognize it. Look at how little that is.
Yeah, well, on a 2K monitor, I can barely see the text. But okay, so let me sell you on this. Does this sound like a game you'd want to play? You play as a pregnant black woman with asthma in a world where if you make any noise, you die. Does that sound good? Are you sold?
Dude, as a parody game, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, dude, I know. That's fucking crazy. I basically quoted exactly what I said in the review, but whatever, Spoilers. I'm like, just saying it out loud sounds so fucking funny. Yeah, it's shit, dude. Here's the thing, Devin. There's only one thing you need to know. It's like all these other hide and seek horror games, like, Amnesia, blah, 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 first person, there's monster roaming around, except there's one problem, one massive, massive problem that completely ruins it. If you make any loud enough noise, you insta-die. The monster teleports behind you, nothing personal, kid. Even if your back is to a wall. I tested it. I tested on the stream. It still kills you from behind. Yeah, this is actual shit. That's one of the worst games of the year.
Damn, it sounds good to me, but I guess our taste is just that different.
Yeah. I'm sure you'd play it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Arzette. I never got around to this, but I heard, things. I heard plenty of things, so you explain it.
I mean, it's okay. It just seems like it is the CDI games, except it's a mediocre indie game instead of complete dog shit. Like, it plays exactly like those other games look. It's just not incompetent. So, even at its best, that gameplay is only okay. Because it's, a 2D action platformer with levels. So, and backtracking. So it's like, I don't know, it's fine. The animations are mildly amusing. Except they have way less soul than the original animations. But they're still kind of funny. It's slop.
How'd you feel about the ending?
Yeah, where she girl bosses him to death. She girl bosses the main villain to death. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, isn't there something about communism too, or something? I can't remember that people were talking about.
Not that I remember. I just remember they're like gonna seal him away again, and she's like, no, he must be killed. And then she kills him with her girl boss powers.
Yep. Wait, hold on. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I just got distracted by an emote combo in the chat. It was Sammy plus knife plus gun plus Poir. So what, are they like
Sam's
teaming
gonna
up?
kill Poir.
Yeah. Yeah, is Sam trying to kill Poir?
I think it's supposed to be them fighting. Sam has the knife and Poir has the gun.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, Astro Bot. Well, Astro Bot's great, for sure. I could pull up some gameplay for that if we don't want to just stare at the tier list thing. I mean, this is a podcast, so like at the end of the day, the visual component is even more irrelevant than my normal videos. But we could pull up some of this. Astro Bot, I really liked Astro Bot. So I definitely should have pre-muted that, whatever. You'll hear 1 second in my voice, 1/10 of a second. Where the hell is the Windows capture for this?
I had an idea. Every time we put
we
something in shit tier, have your guy take damage in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I wanted... Why is this cropped wrong? Oh, no, it's not cropped wrong. The other thing's cropped wrong. How did I fuck this up? I'm fixing it. Hold on. But anyway, so...
Click on top. You need to be executed. He just said, it's Super Mario Galaxy with a budget.
I wouldn't say the budget is the problem by any stretch. The problem...
With a budget. Saying this game has more budget.
Oh, this has more budget? No, that's just objectively
wrong. That's insane.
Why
this
is
is like shitty Mario Galaxy.
Oh, I know what the problem is. This is like mega cropped. All right, anyway, the point is... no, Galaxy definitely had a better budget than this. Like, Galaxy is... I don't know if you actually played Galaxy or just don't remember. But no. Galaxy definitely has way more variation and more spectacle. Despite being at 720p, I even remember like having a better graphics style than almost any other game that's come out in the past over 15 years.
Yeah, it's a prettier game than this game is with, being how old? 10 years old now?
Super Mario Galaxy is over 15 years old.
15? God damn.
Yeah, it came out in 2007.
I hate time. Time shouldn't be real.
I know. Yeah, it came out in 2007. There's a reason why people say 2007 is like the last good year. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but like that was when the internet died. A lot of times is what people say, because like Facebook came out, I think, in 2007, and the iPhone came out in 2007. There's a bunch of shit, you know, where people like this. The internet died in 2007, something like that.
I'd buy it.
So anyway, but Astro Bot, we're going to talk about Astro. I hate that we just started with negativity. We immediately no, Galaxy's better than this, and it's true though. Galaxy is better than this.
That's the thing that pisses
Super Mario
me off.
Galaxy's unironically better than this.
Yeah, I mean, no one can say a game is just good. It has to be the greatest ever. But this is like nowhere near the actual great 3D platformers. It's really good for a game that came out, you know, this year, but come on.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, media player, for being a piece of shit. Anyway, but yeah, no, let's talk about things we liked about Astro Bot now that we've done our usual bit where we shit on something.
It's shit.
No.
No, it's good. You know, I like that the character has no interesting movement mechanics.
No.
I think that's super cool.
No, you're supposed to say good things. You're failing already. You know, Matthew Matosis agrees. That's literally... Yeah. We talked about this, especially because I think that was a different CHUDCAST. Either that or was on one of my streams, where I was talking about, like, some guy was saying that Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom is overrated, and Astro Bot is clearly better. And it's like, yeah, but Astro Bot has the most basic bitch movement mechanics in, like, any 3D platformer ever. There's no ability to run. There's no long jump. There's no backflip. There's no... You know, like, there's so many basic movement mechanics that are in every good 3D platformer that Astro Bot doesn't have. And the excuse that someone else told me was that, well, it was meant to be a game for small children, so they wanted to keep it simple. But how is Super Mario 64, which is clearly also for small children, have a way more complex moveset than this that is more satisfying?
Yeah, I mean, like, a great 3D platformer should be fun to play at every level, but there should be something to master. You know, what is there to master in this game? There really is no movement that you could practice. There is, I mean, what? You get really good at moving the camera, because the camera's so shit. But there's nothing else to really get better at, which just makes it kind of boring.
Okay, yeah, but we're supposed to be saying good things.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
All right, anyway, okay, I'll talk about good things. So, level design variety. There's a lot of aesthetic variance in the levels. Even though they do repeat the themes after a while, I think there's they have, like, jungle level, they have, like, forest level, they have, you know, spooky level, etc., etc. All that stuff is pretty good. The aesthetic, again, not as good as Super Mario Galaxy, but still good.
Yeah, I like that the levels only, like, half the time look like Unreal Engine assets. And then the other half, it's, like, cool robot stuff.
I'm going to ignore that comment. Anyway, so... Okay, one thing I'll say, even though the movement is a bit slow, the levels feel mostly designed around that slower movement so that they have good pacing. Also, the power-ups. Okay, the power-ups are pretty good. Not all of them. Yeah. Not this one that's on the screen right now. The monkey, no, the monkey sucks. But like the dog jetpack, backpack, whatever. It's like a jetpack. The dog jetpack should have been in the default moveset because it actually is a faster way of moving and kind of a long jump. So I would have liked if you could do that one more. Here, let me just skip ahead. The shrinking one, I really like the shrinking one. That was a good creative one. That was fun. Because, I mean, it just changes the whole perspective of the level, right? You see a little gap, and you're like, oh, I go small, and I go in there. That's fun.
Yeah. That's fun.
So that's good. That's fun. I don't know, like, how about the PlayStation nostalgia aspect? How do you feel about that? Because
yeah, I like seeing all the things that don't exist anymore. That's super cool.
Yeah, here, hold on.
It definitely doesn't make me sad.
It does make me sad. I talked about
the game is cute.
Hold on.
It's got that going for it.
Let me go. I'm skipping the footage to the Ape Escape level since that was the best one.
Yeah, which is the first one.
I went too far. Yeah. The fucking... So they had these themes... In case you haven't played the game, which I imagine a lot of my fans haven't because, I mean, they don't have a PS5. Because no one does who has a brain. But regardless, you know... If you don't have a PS5, after you beat the boss of each world, you unlock a bonus level where it's one of the old PlayStation franchises. And I thought this was awesome, and they had a really strong start because, you know, Ape Escape is a classic. I still haven't actually played the first one, but I played the second one. And, you know, they're fun 3D platformers. This is a 3D platformer, so you'd think based on this one, that's the type of stuff you would see, is like the classic PlayStation mascots that you remember. And it's not, I'm not going to completely dumpster this shit and say they didn't do that, because like God of War, if it was the old ones, would absolutely be fitting. Unfortunately, it was new God of War. But and Uncharted, you know, Uncharted is good. It definitely not as good as if they had done fucking Jak and Daxter. I realize they can't do Crash of Spyro because of Activision, but still, Jak and Daxter, classic 3D platformer franchise. You know, it's been dead forever basically at this point. But no, we had fucking Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm not gonna complain about what's it called? Loco Roco? Is that it?
Yeah, that was a fun level.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a good. Yes, like they used that theme correctly to make a unique level. That
felt like a Galaxy style level, just with less spectacle.
Yeah. Like it actually had a unique gimmick, so it really stood out. But yeah, I don't know. Like the Uncharted level, the God of War level, the Horizon Zero Dawn level, those need to be replaced with like actual like PlayStation franchise people care about. But I guess if the facet is that this game is supposed to be for kids, obviously it makes sense that they would have to be franchises that still exist. You know,
Ape Escape doesn't exist.
Yeah, Ape Escape was like the exception where they're like, okay, well, here's one.
You get one.
You get one. This is your one.
Everything else has to suck.
It took me. This was a DSP moment.
That was a fun power up, but it's just a shittier version of Cloud Mario.
I had a DSP moment here where I never just tried using it again. Like I thought arbitrarily in my head you only could place one plant block, but it never says that, and I should have just tried pressing the button again. I'm upset at myself right now, but yes.
I actually think I did the same thing.
Yeah, it's very much a DSP moment. But yeah, so the plant power-up was good. I don't know. Like, again, it has good things going for it. You know, decently strong aesthetics. Not always. You know, some levels do look a little bit like Unreal Engine asset flips. But I'd say aesthetics pretty good. Level design's pretty good outside of the slow, like, movement speed kind of limiting how the levels are designed, I would think. Like, a lot of them are too linear. I would like more exploration-based levels.
Yeah.
But
well, I call it like waddling, where like most of the game you're waddling around like a penguin.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of lame. Look at this. You're waddling. You do one jump and then you're back to waddling.
I know something you specifically want to complain about. This took me too long too.
Oh, the
I'm
dog
gonna
shit
get annoyed
camera?
at my shit myself. Yeah, talk about the challenge levels, which is yes.
Yeah, the problem with the challenge levels is. And
Here,
this is like every game ever made. That as soon as you make something hard, all of the flaws become noticeable when they weren't before. And for this game, it's the dog shit camera. Like the challenge levels are only hard because the camera doesn't show anything. Because it's like, you know, what you want is like a slightly downward angle so that you can see where you're going to land. But like half the time, it's like looking straight ahead, so you can't tell how far away something is from you. It's extremely annoying because whenever you try and move the camera to something that makes sense, it's like, no, I know better than you. I know where the camera should be, and puts it back in a shitty place, which is insane for a modern 3D platformer. Like, we figured out cameras 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I keep thinking about Galaxy.
And you had the same trouble with this level, so I don't have a problem showing how many times I died here. But yeah, this challenge one, there was like 3 challenge levels that were very frustrating. This is one of them because like only the beginning is really hard, but once you get it down, it's like you're already frustrated, so you're more likely to fuck up on the other parts. Like there, if you touch the slime, it slows you down.
So you just lose.
Yeah, so you just fucking lose pretty much. There's one of them. Let's see. I'm not sure where I put it. The one that's the final challenge is pretty hard, but that's fine because it's the last challenge. But I think this is me just going back through the levels. I don't know. It's a cute game. It's a fun game. It's an actual real kids game, which is usually how I praise it, where it's like kid games don't exist anymore. they only make games for either all ages or mature audiences, and all ages leans toward mature because the main demographic for video games is 18 to 35. You know?
Yeah, and even the kids that do play still play Call of Duty and stuff because parents don't exist.
Yeah. Parents are totally fine with their, 5-year-old shooting people, for hundreds of hours. I'm sure that doesn't mess with their brain at all. And obviously, no, I'm not implying that video game violence causes real violence, but
I am.
Desensitization is a very real thing, and it's why so many people are dopamine fried because you get exposed when you see, it's like, let's say you're a small child and you grow up watching the most horrific horror movies like slasher flicks, that type of shit, and you see gore and all of that. Like, your brain just doesn't care about those things anymore. And so it's the same thing that goes for like iPad kids, right? Like their brain is constantly being stimulated. And I've basically become like a nearly 30-year-old iPad kid in the sense that I have 2 monitors. I always have shit playing in the other monitor. Literally an hour before this podcast, I was trying to catch up on Dogma, and I just don't even fucking care what's going on. So I was fucking playing Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom and not even fucking paying attention because I had to delete my old footage because the recording quality was too high, so it ended up taking up like 150 gigabytes or something. But anyway, yeah. So I was re-recording some of that since when we obviously talk about it on here, I could show some stuff. And it's like, Dogma's so goddamn boring. Like, it's just boring as hell because there's no stakes. But we'll get to that later since we're talking about games and stuff. But, Astro Bot is just, unfortunately, it's the type of game where the platformers we grew up with, the best ones, are better than this game.
Yep. But
there are no games like this anymore. So it really does stand out, and, especially, like, until a couple, like, between this, Shadow Generations, and Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, like, those are 3 of the best 3D platformers that have come out since, like, A Hat in Time, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, they're not the best, but they're better than, like, everything else in, like, the past 7 years. Like, I fucking put Hell Pie as, like, my 3rd best game of whatever year that was.
Like, I would
yeah.
I wouldn't talk so much shit about this game if people weren't saying it was the greatest 3D platformer of all time.
Yeah, well, Sony fanboys suck cock. Like, they like the taste of penis. So,
That's true.
I wouldn't really, take what they say seriously. But, so, that's nothing to do with it. But
anything to do with everything.
So, okay, whatever. Anyway, fun game, good level design. But again, like, if you compare it to the best, it really does come short in a lot of ways. Mostly the controls. Like, again, it's not that it controls poorly, it's that the controls are far too simplistic for, how long the game is. Like, I feel like if this is a 5-hour long game, I probably wouldn't complain about the complexity of the controls. But, like, the player skill barely comes up, like, it's... I don't know, because, like, the hard challenges are frustrating, again, because, like you said, the camera is, like, the biggest struggle in the harder challenge levels. Just because that isometric perspective is awful. Like, I don't know why they chose that. Bad.
But it's like the not having complex controls hurts the entire game, because it gives you something to practice while you're just waddling around. Because there's always going to be a bunch of waddling in 3D platforms where you're just going from point A to point B with nothing in between. But complex controls gives you something to do, something to practice, something to get better at, This, you're just waddling. You're just holding forward, turning your brain off,
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine even if they just add, like, a fucking triple jump? While you're waddling, you can triple jump, and it, like, keeps your brain occupied, I don't know. Yeah. I just feel like with this game, people, again, they're so enamored by the spectacle, which in my head, I'm thinking, like, well, why do you guys hate movie games then? Like, the movie games, the whole point, other than, like, the Last of Us style movie games where it clearly is wasting your time, where 2 characters just talking about, like, melodrama. But, like, if it's like Uncharted and it is just, like, cutscene spectacle, that's, like, very similar to this. At least you're playing the game, obviously. in Astro Bot, so it's not 1-to-1. But I love how I walk over the wire and don't even see it. You know how many times I did that in this game where I just walk on the camera's focused on the wire. I literally did not see it. My brain filtered it out completely. I mean, I just skipped 30 seconds and I got it there. But anyway, whatever. The point is, that I kind of like that power up too. The one where you turn the iron ball.
That's a good one.
Yeah, the game has good power ups. That's something I definitely put in its favor.
Well, it just shows you that the game needed more complexity. That the best parts are all the power ups because they give you more things, more options.
Yeah. Okay, I think
Just one last point. Well, because we'll talk about it more later. But like the best 3D platformers are better the second time you play it because you're better at the game and can do more cool shit. But Astro Bot is 100% worse the second time you play it because now you already know everything that's going to happen, and the waddling is even more boring.
Yeah, well, I hate that we took a dump on it because I still want to put it in must play if you have a PS5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot we shit on it the whole time, and it's like game of the year or something.
Well, if you have a PS5, it's a must play because there's no good games on PS5. You know, so. Yeah, you gotta play it if you have one. It's easily the best game that came out on PS5 this year. So, okay, Atlas. I only played this like 2 hours, so maybe you should talk about it more.
It's good. You didn't really get to the point of there really isn't even much to say. Just put it in slop. It's just my kind of slop. It's like a 3D platformer action game. I play the fuck out of those, and you can have big titties.
Well, maybe you could put it on Get On Sale because I mean,
all right, you can put it on Get On Sale. I like it, but I couldn't sell it because it really is just a
like single player MMO. I guess it has co-op though, right? So you could play it.
Yeah, you can play it co-op, but I don't know. It doesn't do anything that impressive, but it's just the kind of game I like. So
it might make your penis hard. That could be impressive.
Yes.
That's the one with that's in case you don't remember what the game is. It's the furry game where you can customize your character and give him a huge ass, huge boobs, all that stuff. You know.
It's people say it's like Phantasy Star Online. That's the type of game it is. I've never played that game though, so I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so Black Myth Wukong's next. Did I keep any of my footage? I might just have to pull up my review.
Now, whether you can go to China or not will depend on what you say.
Yeah, well, for Black Myth Wukong, it's a pretty good game, I'd say. It's pretty good. Do you know how many people like fucking bitched about the black long joke at the beginning? Like I'm like, God, you guys are gay. It's just it's a meme joke. Like it's not like, oh wow, black people have big penises. Haha, I like that. It's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking insecure cucks. I mean, it's literally just he's called Black Long, and Shadow says Black Bull. I mean, what do you want? That's literally the whole joke. That's the whole fucking joke. That's it.
You.
It's like
there's a gun in Black Myth Wukong.
No, I was referencing this game reminded me of Atomic Heart. See, some of these clips don't make sense at the beginning of the video. All right, whatever.
I might play it. You pull out a gun.
Anyway, so Black Myth Wukong, it's an action. I almost hate to call it Souls-like, but it is. Let's be real. It's a Souls-like. But it is a hack and slash action RPG. And you get to watch me get my ass beat. But that guy's supposed to be super hard, though. He's guts. The tiger dude, he's guts. So, anyway, this is a pretty fun game. Except when you're completely burnt out on Souls-likes, then it's a little bit less fun. But I like this game. I did. But at the end of the day, I've already played so many games somewhat similar to it that it did kind of take away my enjoyment a little. It's good. It does have some problems. The problems are many Souls-likes make this mistake where the average fights don't matter. I don't understand how people who played Dark Souls came to this conclusion. In Dark Souls, any enemy can kill you. It literally anybody. It happens all the fucking time. If you were there back in 2011, well, I actually played the game, but let's say you didn't play the game day one, you watched a YouTuber do it. You'll watch people die to fucking hollows with spears or like torches. You know what I mean? And I died to those things. In Black Myth Wukong, it's possible you can die in the average fight, but the better your skills get, that gets way, way less likely, to where only the bosses are really the things that matter. And a lot of the bosses are good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think, again, as far as Souls-likes go, the bosses in this are above average, for one, for sure. But the average enemy fights are kind of bleh, unless it's like a huge gank squad or something. I'm not a huge fan of the skill tree stuff. Now, you can, you know, refund your skill points, and then that'll make the game easier once you understand what the better skills are. But I'm the type of guy who just likes to go into the game naturally and try and figure out what the fuck... Oh, yeah, this is me, like, complaining about the ESL translation of Resolute Counterflow. Whatever. Oh, yeah, that was a cool thing in this game, is being able to turn to bosses.
That's neat.
Yeah, you can turn into mini bosses. Like there's the guts guy right there. Once you beat him, you can turn into him. That's pretty sweet. The magic is OP as shit in this game, but that's what makes it stand out from a normal Souls like. Because like in Dark Souls, shooting magic is I shoot. I have lightning spear, or I have magic missile, and that's it. That's everything is lightning spear or magic missile, basically. You know what I mean? Or throw fireball. Those are the three. You know?
Yeah.
And then you have buffs, and the buffs are OP as shit in Souls games. They're just broken, but thankfully people don't use them because it's like a cheat code, basically.
Yeah.
But anyway, in Black Myth Wukong, your skills are pretty fucking strong. I mean, on top of being able to turn to mini bosses, you can freeze enemies for a certain amount of time and just wail on them. You can create shadow clones, which at first was actually kind of shit. I remember being mad at chat because like everyone's like, no, use this against like the major boss of the first place, or second place, the desert. And I was getting my ass whooped. But once you get like 2 or 3 upgrades into it, it's easily the best skill in the game. I mean, because you're just summoning a bunch of shadow clones and beating the shit out of a guy. You know what I mean? So obviously that's good. You know, and there's other stuff like there's a parry one. There's like other ones. I haven't played the game in a while. Obviously, I never went back to finish it. It's over 100 gigabytes. Honestly, if it wasn't over 100 gigabytes to download, I might have went back to finish it, but I just didn't. I didn't feel like it. Look at that fire rat guy who has 2 heads. Yeah, he explodes himself.
I mean, it looks neat, but does it really do anything special that you've
turning
never
into
seen
bosses.
any other games do?
Well, I have seen turning into bosses before, but I'd say it's pretty rare. You know what I mean?
That is pretty neat. Is it like a big mechanic? Like, how often are you doing it?
Yeah, every boss for sure.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good for sure. I wouldn't say it's like amazing. It definitely is not as good as like Dark Souls or Bloodborne or Demon Souls or whatever. But as far as like Chinese AAA, like this is better than you would expect for sure. Like you think Chinese, you think piece of shit. You know, this is
That is what I think. You're right.
Yeah, this is pretty good actually. This is a pretty good game. You know, so that said though, yeah, some people who are gonna watch my video are gonna be like, wait, why isn't this in the top 5? Hate to spoil it. I do explain it though. I do explain why it's not my top 5 best, but whatever. This is just a tier list, so it doesn't matter. So I'd say get on sale is what I'd say. It's a get on sale game. It's solid.
Gotcha.
Okay, Sparking Zero. Yeah.
Yay, Dragon Ball.
I was kind of I was simultaneously disappointed and not disappointed at the same time by this game. Very weird.
I was pretty disappointed.
Yeah, you didn't like it. Here, you can talk about what you didn't like first, since I just
it's
talked
really
a lot.
only 2 things. Game kind of feels weird. Doesn't feel very fun to play. Really don't know how to describe it. It just feels off. And then the story mode makes you play one guy for like 20 missions. Even though there's like 173 characters or something.
Yeah.
Which is retarded. The whole point of this game is to play as like 8 million shitters in a row to beat one super strong guy. Not play Goku 900 times in a row. So, kind of disappointed.
Yeah, the story mode was horribly mishandled. Here, I'll just play the fucking Tournament Power shit. Yeah, for exactly the reason you just said, where you just play one character through the whole fucking story mode. A few of the what-ifs are pretty interesting. I didn't do the Gohan Black one, which is the one everyone liked the most, but I was basically done with the game by the time...
Why is Broly wearing a dress?
Yeah, I know. It's people defending shit like that in Super is extremely cringe to me. Where it's like, this is... It's like, oh, dude, they're like kind of making Broly canon. No, it's if anything, it's like the opposite, where it's like they're kind of shitting in your mouth, you know. And then I think even in the Dragon Ball Super movie, they say to Broly like, oh, he's like Kale. It's like, excuse me, you want to say that again to my face, you fucking piece of shit? Broly has been around 20 more fucking years. Then you're fucking roided out gross bitch. You're Abby. You're fucking saying Abby.
We love Abby, though.
Anyway, but so yeah, I don't know. The game, it's one of those things where, you know, I'm sure if I had cared to like learn combos or something, it'd be a little bit more fun. Because like against the story mode AI, you just power up to the limit and then like infinite back shot them. You know, give them back shots, as the Zoomers say.
Yep.
You know, not gay, by the way. Not gay. And then you just use an ultimate when you're about to run out of sparking mode, and you just do that about 500 times. But yeah, I mean, you know, in the actual multiplayer, from what I've seen, it's more like you just teleport around until someone runs out of ki, and then you do your combo, you know?
Okay, but how does this sound? Kale, when she's not all out cracked out, is cute, especially since she's really shy. How's that sound? How does that make you feel?
Sounds like chat being cringe. I don't know.
Also, why does it look like you're fighting a Teletubby?
Yeah, dude, I refuse to watch Tournament Power, man. I'm just telling you. Like, this is like... They put in, like, the filler woman squad in. Like, these are supposed to be the strongest people in the universe. I know someone's be like, that's totally Toriyama's writing, because he never took stuff seriously. Haven't you seen Dragon Ball? It's like, the reason why people like DBZ is because it was more serious outside of, like, you know, some moments of levity, right? You know, obviously there is this goofy shit in, but the editor literally saved the Cell Saga from Toriyama ruining it. Okay, because of shit like that. Because we would have had a fucking clown and a fucking boomer as the main villain of the series. Can you imagine, like, the Android Saga would be the worst one by far if Android 19, 20 were the villains. I don't even give a fuck that 20 is Gero. Who cares? Who cares that it's Gero? I don't give a shit about Gero. You know, why would I care? And then 17 to 18, you know, like, I know people like those characters, but can you imagine if they were the villain? Them? Like, holy fuck. Then you look at Cell, and you're like, God damn, Cell, one of the best designs ever. You know, it's like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
It's funny because it's not like Toriyama didn't make Cell. He did make Cell. It's just funny that he had to get, like, beaten out of him.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. To get back to Sparking Zero, this game, I don't know, it's just really not that fun to play, I'll be honest. It's very repetitive. And even if I had learned,
feels off.
Even if I had learned real combos, I don't know. I'm not sure I would have cared. Like, Tenkaichi 3 is just, one, feels a lot more smooth. Two, like, the impacts feel way, like, more, like, when you fucking hit people in Tenkaichi 3, you fucking feel it, dude. Like, the sound effects are better. Like, the responsiveness is better. Like, this game has a weird, like, kind of lagginess to it that's hard to describe. I don't know, like, it's off. It's off, man. It feels cheap, you know? And you could even tell that by the visuals when they were showing off the game. Like, from certain angles and certain animations, it looked like, you know, a fan drawing, you know? They didn't look like the characters. You could still tell on some of these, like, how cheap.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Is what you're saying is this game probably had less Indians working on it than Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Right?
Oh yeah, because meritocracy, Indians. Right? Yeah. What do you mean? You're mad about legal immigration coming here?
Yeah.
What,
you're best and brightest. Is what
this is a melting pot, as you know. This is a melting pot and a meritocracy.
Yeah, when I'm making stew, I like to put shit in it.
Why would a company
Really
ever
improves the
hire
quality.
inferior employees?
But
A company would never hire inferior employees for any reason. What are you, conspiracy theorists?
No. Why would you pay someone less when you could pay them more? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, so, you know, I this is going to be brutal. I don't want to ramble about this too long. But this is slop. This is straight up in slop here. Sparking 2 is slop.
Yep.
Okay, Dimensionals. I don't have... Did you ever send me footage for this?
No, well, that's the one. Technically, yes, but that's the
yeah,
like,
wait, we showed this on
card
stream,
game.
didn't we? I think we
Yes.
did show this
Yeah.
on stream before.
Just throw it in slop. It's probably not shit. It's fine.
Oh boy, Dragon's Dogma 2. God damn. Can you believe I don't think this even gets mentioned in my best and worst games? It's because there's no most disappointing game. I'll probably mention it in the conclusion, say, if there was a most disappointing game of the year, it'd be Dragon's Dogma 2, by far. But
It's just sad, because you wanted that game for so long.
I know.
Like, at no point did you think it would ever exist.
Yeah, I never thought it would get made. Without a doubt, never thought it would get made. It got made, and it was worse than the original in almost every single way. And yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's still more fun than, you know, probably 75% of the games I played this year. But when it just feels wrong. This is another game, like, it reminds me of the Resident Evil 4 remake, where the movement is so laggy, you know what I mean? Like, it's not responsive, it's not fast. The realistic, like, motion capture animation was a mistake, like, period, for video games. Like, because everything being, like, realistic makes it fucking boring and slow, and yeah, it's not... Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, especially so many of the monsters are the same fucking monsters from the first game, too. That's why I called it a remake in the video. It feels like a demake, but, you know, also a sequel. It's a demake and a sequel at the same time, and it doesn't really do either thing all that well. I'm really hoping the expansion fixes shit, but, yeah.
Are they still making it?
Yeah, there's an expansion in the works. I mean, it sold super well, Devin. It sold better than the first game. Yeah, yeah. It sold. Dude, it had like a huge Steam player count. Like, it was over 200,000 players on day one or something.
People just love microtransactions, I guess.
Yeah, it's, yeah. That was a stupid controversy that to this day. I still have to point out how dumb it was, but. Whatever, you know, people wanted to bitch, and then they have to defend their bitching, even if it's inconsistent bitching. Inconsistent bitching pisses me off much more than just shutting up. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna bitch about microtransactions, do it all the time, but you won't because you're an uninformed, you know, normie with no fucking soul. You were told to be mad, and so you were mad. I point out how dumb it's mad that you are about this, but not about every other Capcom release. They're like, well, we should be mad about those things, but you're not, bitch. You're not. You're not mad. You chose this because you were told. You did what you were fucking told, you bug. Okay? That was the point. That was the point of what I said, and people still don't get it. Anyway, wait, I know this might be generous, but I'm saying get on sale, because I still think... The problem is, if you have to choose between 1 and 2, you choose 1, but if you've already played 1, you can play 2 on sale. You might be disappointed, but maybe sometimes you just gotta experience disappointment in your life. There you go. There's my argument.
That's such a good sale.
Yeah.
Why should I buy this? Well, sometimes you have to be disappointed.
Yeah, well, get it over with. Don't hide. All right. I say this, but I still haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 for that very reason.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't want to be disappointed, so I'm not gonna play it.
Play 4. Just skip 3.
Yeah. Dread Delusion. Oh boy, I've spoken so much on this game. That's our
favorite game. We both love this game.
I clickbaited people into watching a review of this because I'm like, there's no way people are watching a review of a game they've never heard of. So it worked at least. I thought the game was interesting enough to be worth reviewing, and chat agreed when I was talking about it at the time. You can start first again since I just rambled so long.
Okay, it's just imagine Morrowind with better art design, and everything else is like unimaginably worse. There is no gameplay, there is no story, there are no quests, nothing is interesting. It is the second worst game I played this year. maybe the second worst game I've ever played. It feels like one of those fake video games that someone makes like a fake screenshot of a video game. People are like, oh, you got to make that. And then they did, but they've never played a video game before. So, I mean, no characters, no quest lines. It's insane how it could be missing literally everything that makes a video game. Dog shit.
Yeah, that more or less covers it without going into too much detail. But yeah, like if you watch the video, you saw like this is such a fucking it's woke, not a big shock, obviously.
Yeah,
you could take one look at it and probably assume that, but I just find it funny. It's inspired by things like Morrowind, Dark Souls, because every game has to be inspired by Dark Souls, unfortunately. And it's like, this is such a millennial game. This is like the ultimate. Another thing I say in the video, because it did make my top 5 worst. It actually did make my top 5 worst. Because I'm like, this is probably the worst indie game I've put any amount of time into. You know, like, I'm sure I've played worse for like a tiny amount of time. But this is a game I played from start to finish. It is the worst indie game I've finished, without a fucking doubt. And I need to shit on this. Like, I have to. Especially because, like, Akuma Kira worked on this. That's the guy who did, Spooky's House of Jump Scares, and he did that RPG we played last year. What was it called? You know, the dungeon.
Lunacid.
Yeah, Lunacid. He made that. So he worked on Dread Delusion. And
doing what?
He was one of the main devs. I remember looking at the credits. He wasn't like the game director or anything, but he was the developer.
Didn't make the
on
gameplay, that's for sure.
Yeah, no,
Lunacid was an actual video game.
Yeah.
Like, imagine having a walking sim with no fucking story. God, this game's so bad.
Yeah, I just love how in a fucking medieval fantasy world that's supposed to be depressing, where like the evil fascists are evil and the gods are all evil and taking advantage of people and are basically parasites. But if you kill the parasites, it actually kills the land too and the magic. So you're just fucked either way. In this grim dark universe, there's a quest where there's a tranny. Unironically, a quest where I think it was a woman who wants to turn to a man, actually. Not a man who turns into a woman. I might be wrong. I have to double check. But there was a character that wanted to use magic to transition. Is this dad calling during the podcast? Yes, it is. Cool. Well, anyway. You text him since you're not on camera. Oh, I ramble about this. So I'm trying to think, what were the other like big stupid quests? Well, a part of this too is like
the one that killed me was you go to the magic school, which is floating in the sky. Oh, that sounds super cool. Except there's 4 guys. There are no spells you can learn, nothing cool you can find there, like every other magic anything in any video game ever. But there's a quest where someone's harboring a dark god. Ooh, so you find the dark god and you talk to the guy. And you say, I'll turn you in. Or you say, I won't turn you in. And either way, nothing happens. It's all completely pointless.
That's the entire game.
Yeah, that's every quest in the game.
I told you about the zombies,
decision,
right?
In quotes.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens. No matter what you pick, nothing changes. It's completely meaningless.
I told you about
so bad.
the zombie. You remember the zombie place?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that has easily the most impactful decision ever. Actually, 2 quests too. The main quest and the side quest. The side quest, you determine if the zombies start eating people again. That sounds huge. There's nothing happens there because they're like growing meat, right? Like, again, I covered this in the video, so I won't talk about it in too much detail. So that sounds huge. Nothing comes of that. But even bigger, during the fucking main quest, you find out that the ghost alter ego of the zombie queen wants to destroy the island and kill all the zombies permanently, which you might think maybe that's a real moral dilemma, except you remember the zombies want to eat people again. They want to. Like, they literally, like, they're evil as fuck. They're all murderers. They've been living forever, and a shit ton of them are worshiping the evil alter ego because they want to die, because they can't die. Does that sound like a moral dilemma? So, of course, I pick the alter ego evil. I want them all to die, kill all the zombies, and then nothing happens. Nothing. Yep. It just says, oh, well, the fucking castle sinks into the land a little, so you can't go into it anymore. That's all that happens.
Dude, it's so bad. And that's every quest in the game. Literally every single one. There's no feeling of accomplishment. And all of the quests are just walking from place to place, by the way. There's no...
Yes, yep.
You don't do anything.
And you can run right past the enemies, because they're completely brain dead. Another thing, I'm not going to spoil everything I talk about in the video, but the ending, too, is like, oh my god. Like, I take a fucking dump on the devs and I leftists in general, because I'm like, you fuckers think if you were God, you'd fix the world. That's what the ending's about. Without going in detail, that's exactly what the ending's about, because the good ending is just blatantly good, where you become God, or you merge with a god, sort of, and you recreate the world, and that's the happy ending. It's like, fuck you. Okay, so, shit. It's shit. Alright, Dungeons of Hinterberg. I forgot I even played this. Yeah, it's in the dishonorable mentions, yeah.
Yep.
If you were here for the stream, you know what this is. It's sort of like Zelda. You're like in a random Norwegian town. It's magical realism, where you're in the real world, except one town in the world got magic. And so, excuse me, it's like Zelda, I guess, sort of. And you go to like, it's treated like almost like a resort, you know, where you go to these like little dungeons, and it's like a tourist attraction. And, like, I don't know, it looks so gay and woke and shit. Like, I hope I saved... let's hope I saved the footage. I think I did. And I'll just show you guys, I'll show you guys what it looks like, in case you forgot. Because, like, just look at 5 seconds of the visuals, and you'll be like, oh, this is disgusting. I mean, can you even fucking tell that, like, you're playing as a woman? Like, hold on. Like, there's no breasts at all. Like, that's as flat as like a human can even possibly be, and you have a fridge body, no ass, and it's just like, here, let's show the gameplay. So like you're like rolling around, you're hitting guys while they just let you hit them. Very compelling.
Just generic action game combat.
Yep.
I played the demo for this during the Next Fest. Yeah, what it feels like are those licensed games like during the Wii era.
Yeah, this is licensed by the government. I'll tell you that, basically. So yeah, you just go through dungeons, you do the stupid shit, and yeah, I only played this for like an hour. Oh yeah, there's like a persona aspect to it too, where you make friends with diverse characters there and stuff. Yeah, horrible. Absolute shit.
So, shit tier.
Yep, shit tier. Dustborn!
Yep. Yes! Game of the year. Put it in Game of the Year.
I want to say what I want to say, but I don't want to say it again. Whatever. They love newborns a lot. Okay, so much that they rhymed it with something else. They're the refugees. They're replacing you, and that's a good thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Again, you know, I guess Elon and Vivek would like this game too, as long as it was legal. Yeah. They're more skilled than us. Look, they were a great band, dude. You saw how good their band was.
Yeah, dude.
They're skilled workers.
That's why they didn't get shot.
They should replace.
They just played their music so well.
I streamed this entire game, so if you're watching this fucking podcast and don't know what this is, well, you're not a fan, obviously. You're not a fucking fan of me. This was torture playing this game. This is obviously the worst game of the year. I honestly don't even feel like showing footage of this. The ending, holy fuck, the ending is so good in a bad way, obviously. Like, I should have reviewed this. That's the biggest failure of this year, that I didn't review this.
Where do we put it on the tier list if we disagree? Because I think Dustborn's Game of the Year. That's my Game of the Year.
No, it's the worst game of the year. You didn't even play it. You can't say...
I don't have to play it to know it's good. I mean, look.
You can't put...
It's the new porn, man.
Yeah. Those children...
How well did it sell? I'm sure very well.
Extremely. There was like 20 times as many... No, 30 times as many people watching me as the peak player count of the game. Just something like that. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
I'm sure it's worth the 200,000 American dollars that went into it.
Yeah. Yeah, always. I mean, you know, well, in a way, it was worth it for my suffering. You know, like I'm a masochist, so I like the suffering. I love Cal being a Fed because of her skin condition. Is great.
No, dude, the fact that her vitiligo is the evil whiteness taking over might be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. That's so funny, dude. I don't know. This is fucking... Oh my god. Oh yeah, there's like a Tarun character near the end too. I forgot about that. They don't address it though. They don't address it. Like you see this redhead character, they literally don't even address it at any point. But it's like, okay, that's a man, isn't it? I know that's a man. I don't know. And then the ending, they kill objective truth. You know, again, that's the leftist ultimate goal. Why is he an albino black guy though? I don't, or black child. It's a child. An albino black child that represents truth. Yakub? I don't know. It could be a Yakub reference. That's Yakub's firstborn.
Yakub made us.
Yeah. Yakub's firstborn just kills the Mexican guy you've been traveling with the whole game, by the way. Right? This is in the last 5 minutes of the game. And they don't... Dude, I don't know. All right, this game, like, you can talk about this. Like, that is worth a deep dissection. And I just didn't do it. I failed. Okay, Echo Point Nova. This is a great one. Me and you both like this game a lot.
Back to the good games.
Yeah, this is a fun game. This is definitely fun. I wish we could have played the rest of it together, even though I'm sure Thomas would have been dying the whole time.
Yep.
Here, let me skip.
I would have had an aneurysm at some point.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like, this is literally like this whole game is just, what did we describe it as? Like Counter-Strike surfing, but you're shooting guys.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's a Quake movement shooter, basically. Yeah, like the movement it's to the max. Like,
let me skip to where I'm just like sliding around at super speed.
Yeah, because stuff like surfing and rocket jumping can be hard, but in this it's extremely easy, which is fine, because the challenge can come from the actual shooting. You know, so you're just kind of like zipping around, and the skill expression comes in like learning how to maintain your speed and actually be able to aim while going so fast.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can cheat it. There is a perk in the game that is broken that kind of cheats the whole game. There's you get one bullet while sliding on walls or grinding on a wall, whatever. And that applies to rockets. So you can use the grenade launcher or the rocket launcher and just grind on a wall to have infinite ammo. And then, yeah, your aim doesn't fucking matter at that point. But basically, the whole game is just you sliding around on your hoverboard, grinding on walls, going straight up, grappling around, shooting guys, throwing grenades. Like, it's just fucking... I mean, this game is, like, such a great ADHD game. The whole fucking game, you're just going lightning fast, shooting guys. Just, I mean, this is all there is to it, unfortunately, in a way. So, that's really the only reason why I only put it as my 5th best game of the year. But it is just, like... as a game where, like, you will never be bored playing this. The whole game is you just fucking doing shit the whole time. And even when you're not shooting guys, like, even the platforming is pretty fun in a way. Here, let me, where do I go to the end of the game? There's a part right at the end where you go into space. And, that part was, I mean, just getting to space is pretty cool. Oh, yeah, here, I'll show off the flying, it's not a scorpion. What is it? I forget. The flying thing.
No clue. Manta ray?
Yeah, well, anyway, there's a big...
it's a big
I skipped...
guy.
How did I skip back to the... Yeah, you...
that's what all the boss fights are, is basically giant mobile bases that you shoot its cores to defeat. Yeah, look at that.
It's a dragonfly. Yeah, it's a dragonfly.
Oh, a dragonfly. Yeah,
so the giant flying dragonfly, like, all the bosses, are just big ships that you shoot the weak points, but, like, getting up to them and shooting them is just, that's really fun. I like it. This is just, and, except for the sandworm for some reason, but all the ones after the sandworm, as you destroy the weak points, it disintegrates the ship, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, like this game, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's fun as fuck. Like, what can you even really complain about? It's just, the whole game is just, all right. This is me doing like the challenge ones.
Yeah, you also that whole cheat where you can have infinite RPG ammo. The reason why you don't actually do that is all the guns level up. And
it's like,
you have ADHD, you have to level up every gun to max.
Yeah, it's like Ratchet and Clank, but not all the upgrades are good, unfortunately. A lot of them are suppressors, which are kind of useless, honestly, but...
Yeah.
But, you want to upgrade every gun. You want to unlock skins and stuff.
Yeah, that's a way better way of making you use every gun, by the way, other than the retard Doom Eternal shit, where it's like, put the square in the square hole, and the circle in the circle hole. You have to use the shotgun to kill this enemy, you know? Yeah, instead, just give everything a level up, and I'll use every gun.
Yep. I hated this challenge, because the nightmare enemies kill you in 2 shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. This is like... This game... I feel bad there's not much to say, but like at the same time, like what you see is what you get. It kind of like speaks for itself. Like this challenge, I literally just grind on the wall and shoot with the explosive bolt action rifle. That's all I did like the whole time. Because it's like you have infinite ammo and you're moving just fast enough that they can't really hit you. But so there's like exploration to this game too, which is neat. Like there's a point to the platforming, which is there's green orbs which upgrade your agility. Here's where I went into space, and you find hats which give you perk points. The perks give you pretty strong abilities. Like I said, grinding to get ammo. There's ricochet, which makes it so even if you miss, you don't miss, basically, and a bunch of other stuff. So getting all the collectibles and platform around is pretty cool. Yeah, here's the final boss. You have powers. One of the powers is just throw a grenade, which is the one you're going to use the most. But, like, the wind one lets you jump up. Fire lets you go straight through walls. Stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good game. I'd recommend it if you like, just a fast-paced FPS action. Just don't expect it to be very complicated. So, I'll just say get on sale. Earth Defense Force 6, right? Yeah, I didn't mention this in the video either. You want to talk about it? This was a little disappointing.
Literally, it even has some of the same missions as EDF5.
Yeah, a lot of the same missions.
A lot of the same missions of EDF5. Yeah, we didn't even finish this one because, we played through 5, loved it, it was great. And then we played 6 and realized it was the exact same game, despite costing $60, which is brutal.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's slop, I think.
Yeah, pretty depressing that it was like literal copy paste job with a lot of shit. But it is still a decently fun game. If you haven't played, 5, it's got an insane amount of content, so you're getting your money's worth for sure. But yeah, it's just more of the same. So yeah, slop. Okay, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. Oh boy, here we go.
Yay.
I don't even want to talk about this again because, like, this is like where they jumped the shark really completely for me. I mean, I think maybe base Elden Ring was pretty close, but this is like they cross into a threshold where they're testing how heavily can you influence retards by just saying something is supposed to be hard, and so how many hours of their life will they waste perfecting a boss to beat it legit instead of just having a brain and using the tools available to you to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the part that kills me is like people don't realize they're doing this, but it's like not being a retard is considered bad in the Dark Souls community, where it's like, oh, I just thought about it for 2 seconds and beat him super easy. And it's like, you're not supposed to think about it. You're just supposed to press circle at the right time instead of the wrong time, you fucking idiot. It's like, God, you guys are so fucking stupid. And they got rid of the game part. It's only bosses. There's no levels in my video game. What the fuck is happening?
The new open world is so bad. Yeah, there's nothing in it, man. And that was, I think, base Elden Ring did a great job for the most part, except for Liurnia. That lake was like, over half of it was empty. But basically every other area in the game was dense with content. The new map, no, there's like nothing, dude. The only thing even worth picking up outside of obviously like the cheesy weapons, which obviously everyone knew they were going to nerf the sparks. The sparks was so broken, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is they nerfed the sparks, but there's a whole line of other weapons that break the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and people are on if the game, look, do you think it's good design if the game has gotten so hard that people have to use shields to win? Like, we've gone from rolling being objectively better, so now shields are objectively better. The no skill option is better than dodge rolling because it's almost impossible to actually dodge roll the attacks, you know? For a Don,
what's
mostly.
Funny is this game
you smell
is the
that?
only action game. What, smoke? Is the house on
Yeah.
fire again?
Yeah, you didn't like...
No, I don't smell smoke.
You don't have the oven or the stove or anything going, do you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I
Do
guess
you really smell smoke?
Yeah, it's probably
Is it
just the
time
neighbor.
CHUDCAST
I'm
dies.
assuming.
Yeah,
I'm not having a stroke, I promise. It's not that.
in a horrible fire.
It's probably just like a neighbor's with their fire pit or something. Anyway, yeah, so for Shadow of the Erdtree, I just feel like I don't have a problem with games where, you know, kind of like the whole appeal is to like get good at the boss, but I am so fucking sick of Dark Souls mechanics that I don't want to learn anymore. I just don't want to, especially like
it's too simple at this point. Like, it was interesting for Dark Souls 1, even 2, maybe even 3, but how often can you press circle at the right time instead of the wrong time and still be entertained? Like, this is insane.
Yeah, it is insane. It's just boring, man. Like it's the worst kind of boring where the bosses get to do this super fucking cool shit and you can't do anything except the one thing you can do that's absolutely broken, you know, whether that's Mimic Tier or Mimic Tier and Rolling Sparks if you're a super cheese ball like I was. But the point is, like, you either do nothing cool at all because, like, your weapon art, all the coolest weapon arts are dog shit pretty much, except for like base Elden Ring, like the giant laser beam was obviously OP, the magic one. The comet, Azor's comet, is that what it was? And there's a couple other things. Obviously, like the blasphemous blade beam, I love that shit, the big lava wall, you know. Yeah. But most of the cool shit is ass, you know. That's just always how it's been with magic in those games. Then the cheese ball shit is boring, you know, or you know, if you hate the experience like I did, you think it's awesome. Like killing the boss in 2 or 3 hits, holy shit. You know, like I'm jizzing everywhere. But, you know,
yeah, I mean, like I couldn't even push my way through it just because I'm like, where's the game part? Like, bosses are supposed to be a rare thing at the end of other gameplay, not the only thing you're doing the entire time. Other than wandering around looking for a tiny white spark on the ground for mandatory items to not do 2 damage to everything.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's just... that was the point where the game was just clearly not fun anymore. And I feel like it's almost... I don't know, we're getting to schizo territory here, but like we're starting to learn the limits of like how the masses can literally convince themselves they're having fun if they're told by everyone else that it's fun and you're supposed to suffer, you know?
Yeah.
Which you could extrapolate that to all of civilization. Like, you know, like we don't need to talk about Japan culture again, but you could just say any workaholic culture. You know, you're working 60 to 80 hour work weeks and you fucking play your one game of Mass Duel on your phone and Konami cheats for you, you know, and you think you're having a good time, you know, like Konami gives you the perfect hand, you know.
Yep.
And then you win, and then you're like, wow, life's great. You're being worked to the fucking bone. You're a goddamn slave bugman, you know. And that's Elden Ring is like a bugman game. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
Where it's like
this is your head against the wall until you make it through.
It's just not quality content. Dark Souls, like, goddamn, man. If I could go back in time, you know, people always ask the question like, what game do you wish you could play again for the first time? It's always Dark Souls. It's always Dark Souls, because like the first time I played Dark Souls, dying to like fucking everything and slowly understand the game's mechanics. There was no other experience I've had like that in my life except for when I was literally a child playing games for the first time. You know, that's why Dark Souls is so special to me. And you could say that of whatever your first Souls game was, except if your first Souls game was Elden Ring, then you're a bug 100%. You're not a person.
Dark Souls 3 is honestly, I think, is a more bug game than Elden Ring even.
Yeah, you might be right. But regardless, like, you know, I feel like Dark Souls, every aspect of it up until after Anor Londo, obviously, but up until Anor Londo felt like some of the most handcrafted, like, best moment-to-moment gameplay, like, in terms of every encounter feeling like it was designed to make you feel a certain way and challenge you in a certain way. Like, that I can't even think of like a game like that other than like Resident Evil 4 or like some of my other like favorite action games. You know, every one of those games is like, this encounter has a purpose. It was not placed here for no reason. You know, and there's so many enemies. Like, you know, Dark Souls has so many fucking enemies. I know all the games are like that now, but in Elden Ring, so many of the enemies felt recycled, and a lot of them were actually recycled.
No, well, the problem with that is all of the enemies feel exactly the same because they're all designed like the bosses, where they do a fucking combo, and you wait for their combo to end, and then you hit them till they die. And that's every single enemy in the game.
Yeah, that sucks so bad, man. I don't know. So what do you think? Do we put Erdtree in slop?
Put in shit tier.
It's not shit, no, but it's slop.
Put in slop.
Yeah, slop. I hate. You know, this feels really harsh, but it definitely feels like slop. 587 Rebirth slop, 100%. No debate. No.
It just slop tier.
I hate Aerith. Aerith must die. Tifa's the best ever, but she couldn't save this game because it's Ubi slop. It's like if 587 Remake was 587 if it was a movie game, then Rebirth is 587 if it was fucking Watch Dogs or Far Cry or whatever. It's same repetitive ass sandbox activities for 75% of the game. Did that add anything to 587? No. And the reason they did it is because otherwise there'd be no fucking game, because it's the middle part of the game, the worst part of 587. The only interesting part is the end, you know, and they, of course, they do their gay multiverse / dream world shit, whatever the hell it is. I don't care. Kill Aerith, okay? Again, kill her again. Yeah, it's slop. I don't want to talk about it yet. I made an hour-long video on it. Watch it, I guess.
Yep.
All right, Fizz and the Rainbow Planet.
Just put it in slop.
Okay.
It's fun though. Kirby. It's Kirby with little dragon dudes, and it's in Japanese, so I have no idea what was going on.
Okay, hold on. I was looking at chat for a second just because I wanted to see what they said about 587 Rebirth shit.
A lot of Aerith fans are upset. Sad.
Yeah. Aerith fan's gonna report this lol. She's gonna chop your cock off, okay? All right, Hollowbody. This is a Silent Hill / Resident Evil clone. It's cyberpunk-ish. Yeah, I mean, it's cyberpunk, basically, even though the setting is more modern, because it's like an abandoned town, but the monsters are like cyber creatures, you know what I mean? And it's, as far as like survival horror clones go, this was a good one. I think it's about lesbians, though. I actually haven't finished it yet. I know, spoilers. Don't worry. That's literally what I'm gonna do probably tomorrow, because the video is not close to being done, so I have time. But this was good. There was one moment for a while I'm like, okay, this is just all right, but then there's one moment I'm like, okay, this is really fucking good. I already told you about this, and if you watched, and for those of you who watch the stream, you know what I'm talking about. There's a part where you go in the tunnels, it's like the sewers, and you're collecting these hearts, you know, and obviously it's like, you can kind of already tell something isn't right, like this is like a hallucination or something, but like then it cranks up the psychological horror like to the max, where like it changes the layout of the tunnels as you're going through it, because you collect all the hearts and you have to find your way back, and then all of a sudden you're in an endless tunnel. The music starts fucking kicking in. It spawns a couple monsters in there with you, and you're trying to run past, like, what the fuck, where am I? You know, like, you actually get that panic, like you're fucking lost, like, did you take a wrong turn? But you know it's a video game, so it's probably messing with you. And the tunnel goes on and on and on, like it goes on so long that I'm like, is this infinite? I almost turned around, but then you get to the end, and then all the hearts are gone in your inventory, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, that was actually scary. Like, that was legitimately a scary moment. So that was a huge highlight. So that's kind of what, like, pushed it over the edge for it being, you know, one of the best games I played this year. I just think, like, I played some of these other clones, and some of them I was gonna play, but I actually watched like a bunch of, like, Crow Country I was gonna play, but I already watched a bunch of gameplay of it, and the problem is it's not scary at all. I mean, it looks like a quality game, but it just, you know, a horror game with no scary better be like a really fun game. You know what I mean? Like Resident Evil 4 is not scary, neither is 5, but those are fun games, you know. This is a good clone because like it's like Silent Hill instead of Resident Evil, where the combat's fairly limited. So when you do get into combat, it feels more impactful. There's less ammo, that sort of thing. It sort of has like the melancholy atmosphere thing going for it. Like you meet a dude who's about to jump off a building, and depending on your choices in the cutscene, he'll jump. And I fucked it up the first time. I just loaded a save though, because like, you know, I want the good ending.
Right.
But
how's this compared to the lesbian one? Signalis.
I think Signalis is better than this.
Damn.
I do, yeah. But this is good. This is probably the second best like indie, you know, survival horror clone thing I played. It's good. So I'll put it and get on sale then. Okay, Indiana Jones: The Great Circle. Again, I mean, my video was, you know, it was less than a month ago, so it was this month. So I mean, just watch the fucking video. But long story short, it's slop. I mean, it's a action adventure game, or wants to be an action adventure game. It's a stealth game with really shitty brain dead puzzles, and the adventure aspect is just, I mean, it's so dull, man. And like the shooting mechanics is super basic, which was on purpose, but at the same time, I feel like if you're gonna let Indy pick up guns and shoot people, you should actually make that feel good. Like this is just like Star Wars Outlaws, where you pick up a gun, all it has is its current magazine, then you throw it away. That's it, you know? And it's like, that'd be fine, except the enemies take like 4 or 5 bullets to kill. And someone told me something that makes sense. This game's rated teen, and the ESRB does not allow you to incentivize headshots for a rated teen. You know?
What?
So headshots don't do more damage in this game. The excuse is that they all wear helmets, except for the brutes. The brute enemies, you can shoot them right in the head. Doesn't kill them in any more shots. And so, yeah, you get an M rating, I guess, if you incentivize headshots. I don't know. I didn't verify it, but that sounds pretty... I believe it because that's how it works in the game. Headshots don't do more damage. So...
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. But yeah, I don't know. The only saving grace of the game is the villain, the Nazi scientist guy. He's or archaeologist, whatever. He's a good villain. But they did make him gay at the end, which was disappointing. But whatever, because you know the whole thing is another toucan wankery fest where they're like, you know, Nazis bad, we're awesome, you know, thank us, goy, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's slop. King's Vein, another good one.
Yes,
this is a
Kino.
good one. This is some
Kino.
tactics RPG Kino. All right, you talk.
Tactics RPG Kino. That's what it is. If you've ever played Final Fantasy Tactics, it's like that, except the overworld is an immersive sim where you can use your spells and abilities in the open world. I don't know if you have any footage of that, where you can freeze water to walk on water with your ice spells. You have like a teleport spell where you throw a little stone. So if there's like a locked building, you can throw your teleport stone through a window to teleport in. So the overworld's an immersive sim, and then the actual battles is like Final Fantasy Tactics. In these games, I mean, it sounds standard, but it's just good because everything's so tight. Like, it's just perfectly done. Like, all the damage numbers are really small. Like, you're doing like 6 damage with an attack. But
yeah, I'm
you
gonna
have so many interesting ways of like you know, dealing with encounters.
Yeah, I'll show off the immersive sim thing in a second, but I wanted to show off, like, yeah, a big part of this game is like every tile is affected by like magic or like spikes and stuff. So like there's this volcano explosion spell here, right, that puts fire around it, and then after your enemy's turn, it explodes and just puts fire everywhere. So you can, even though the enemy AI will always try to dodge, like, holy shit, like, look at that. You saw all those numbers. You're on a delay, but you'll see in a second. It's like, So these delayed attacks, even though they very rarely hit, you can reduce enemy movement so that they're less likely to be able to move out of it, or the enemies don't know your like passive synergies and stuff. So like one of the mage abilities lets you strike fire with lightning and it explodes the fire, so the enemy doesn't know you have that. So you can do that. You can push enemies off of cliffs, which I think I did that at least once in this battle. If not, near the end of the game, I pushed like 4 guys off a cliff. Here, yeah.
There's also a spell, Flame Lash, which normally everything has a really small range. Like, you have to be pretty close to use it. But there's a spell that lets you attack from any fire. So by putting fire places, you have basically infinite range. So, I don't know. It's a strategy game with, like, actual strategy and a lot of tools to overcome complex situations, which is like all you want out of these kind of games.
Yeah, hold on. Here. This game has a pretty good soundtrack too, so I'll play some of it too. You won't be able to hear this, obviously, Devin, but I'm playing some.
Deaf. I can't hear it all.
Yeah, it's got the Final Fantasy sound font as well, so that'll sound obviously nostalgic if you like that sort of thing. But, yeah, oh yeah, here, like, see these huge ass dragon guys? He's got 76 fucking health, so I'm like, oh shit, you know, that's a lot. The turns are pretty long in this, so it's hard to show off highlights. Oh shit, did I really win that fast? Or did I have to, or maybe I lost. Did I reset this fight? I might have lost and had to reset. Yeah, because I realized, because I realized I fucked up something. Like, I didn't have something equipped. Alright, whatever. Anyway, so the dragon's like a huge tank. He can shoot fire everywhere. There's snipers here. And they have tiles where they can only shoot through it one way, right? Like, it's like a real arrow slit tile, and it tells you that when you hover over it. I love the class that I was playing here, where I could summon flies and shoot them.
It's a cheating class, because it came out after the game was already released, so I didn't get to use it.
Yeah, that's too bad, but maybe that's an incentive for you to play it again or something.
You're a cheater.
But, so I'm like, oh shit, dude, that fucking dragon. What am I gonna fucking do? He's a dragon. I don't know how long it took me to think of this, but I know I do it right at this point. But it's like, oh shit, that looks like a cliff right there. You know, I wonder, Oh, fuck. Come on, when did I think of it? Any second now? Oh, I guess my brother had to go do something real quick. But so, anyway, but yeah, it was like he was saying with the immersive sim stuff. You can use any of your combat skills you can use out in the field. So if you need to set something on fire, or you need to, like you could teleport around corners with like this node thing. You can freeze water to walk on top of it. Stuff like that's pretty fun. Some stuff's just as simple as like a block pushing puzzle. This is Flame Lash that he was talking about right there, where the pyromancers can extend fire from themselves or from any existing flame, like anywhere within his line of sight. So you can use that to like cut off paths, because the AI will sometimes walk into one line of fire and they can jump over one tile, but if you have 2 or 3 lines, they're not going to go through it. So like if you're way outnumbered, like this is the cool tactic shit you can do. If you're way outnumbered, right, it's like 15 versus like your 5 guys, you can just like explode a huge line of fire where like some of the guys are, and they won't come to you. So then like you have a way better chance of winning. Did
you talk about the like res mechanics, that every enemy has 2 lives basically?
Oh yeah. So the villain of the game, the villains are these ghost dudes. Yeah, here we go. So you just push the dragon right off the ledge. You know, fuck him. He's gone. You do lose the loot. Yeah, which I lost the loot from one of the bosses because of that. But yeah,
actually, it turns out you don't lose the loot. That
if
you can find where they fell to, you can get the loot.
I guess I didn't look hard enough to wherever it spawned. But
speaking of the loot though, this is like one of the best loot systems I've seen, where you can just see every item someone has dropped, and every item has a unique sprite, so you don't have to like search through everyone's bullshit. You just immediately know if they had anything interesting that you want.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sprite will look different.
Yep. Yeah, good loot system. Here, let me. What do you want me to show off here? I probably have some immersive sim stuff where I teleported around.
Cool shit.
Oh, this is like the secret boss that you told me about, the spider dude. Under
Do you have any
Scarab.
cool order of attack things where you like hit a guy with 8 dudes?
Oh yeah, yeah. In the end, here, let me pull up the final boss. Yeah, like the commander dude. There's a commander class who can tell everyone to attack. Here, I gotta skip forward since I fucked up. I got lazy and I didn't equip your wisp dude. Oh, I didn't explain. So you're killing these ghost guys basically. They're like magic spirit dudes who can inhabit bodies. And so whenever you kill a wisp inhabited body, it spawns one of them and they can revive the body you just killed. So that definitely ups the ante. Okay, so the second form of the final boss is this thing which doesn't even move. So because it doesn't move, you can finally use all of your crazy like delayed attacks and stuff and hit it every time. And the commander class, it can, like I said, it can tell everyone to attack. All right, hold on, let me skip.
Yeah, it is an order to attack where you just pick an enemy and you say anyone within range attack this. So if you have good positioning, you can do ridiculous damage on a single enemy. It's sick.
Yeah,
There's
is sweet.
Cool strategy stuff in this game. I love cool strategy as opposed to Fire Emblem where you just walk into a guy and if you're super effective, you kill them.
But Devin, waifus though.
I hate waifus.
How could you say you hate waifus, Devin? Because yeah, there you go. There's the attack command right there. Also, yeah, I mean, because the thing is, this is basically replacing Unicorn Overlord since I didn't have time to play that and this. So I played this instead. I'm sure Unicorn Overlord is good, but this was more interesting to me personally because it just has pretty interesting combat mechanics. Like I was engaged the whole time. I basically, over the week of Christmas, this was like mostly what I played outside of like an hour or two of breakers, like 3 or 4 of those days. Oh, and Master Duel, of course, our favorite game that we won't talk about, I promise. But this is, do I dare put this in must play?
Yes.
If you like tactics,
it's better than fucking Astro Bot. Fuck Astro Bot.
if you like tactics RPGs, I'd say it's a must play. And you like the devs' other games too, right? What were the other games?
Rad Codex is the guy who makes, and they're all tactics games like this, and they're all good. They're all good. His other games are way more ADHD games though, where you have 8 million skills that all combine in different cool ways, and you can break the game in a million different ways. This one's way tighter, where it's way harder to break the game, but it's also more balanced. So I don't know. It depends on what type of thing you like.
Okay, Lawrence Lore. Yeah, this is. I had to look up a YouTube walkthrough for this since he didn't.
This is probably my 5th game of the year, number 5, and it's a first-person 3D platformer where you're going into a big spooky pit where spooky things happen. But it's more so just a chill 3D platformer. You kind of get the satisfaction of slowly climbing down and sometimes going up. This guy's shit at the game. How's this a walkthrough? But he's even just fuck up.
Yeah,
like
I got annoyed. I had to skip past it.
Oh, he's doing even the loser part. So this part, you can like ride a little paper airplane basically straight, or if you're cool, you can like sprint ahead and do cool shit. But yeah, it's just really satisfying to like slowly, find, oh, I can fall here without dying, and I can grab on here and climb down here. It's chill. It's just chill. If you like 3D platformers, you'll probably like this. If you don't, you'll probably hate it.
Yep. I wish I could have found parts where he's climbing instead of just falling.
Well, a lot of it is finding cool place to fall. This guy seems shit at the game because you get like a wall jump and you can use that to like cheese your way down certain areas. Like you fall for a while, then slide, do a wall jump to survive.
Okay.
But you found a shitter. Look at him, he's climbing around.
I just clicked on a thing, okay? I didn't know he'd be ass.
It's fine, I don't know. But you have like limited stamina, so it's not like you can infinitely climb up or infinitely jump. There's like an air dash you later get. Like the more you play, the more of like a standard 3D platform. At the very start, all you can do is fall and climb. And then you get like an air dash. And at the very end, you get a grappling hook. At that point, the game's bad though.
Right. Okay, so what would you rate it?
No, there's no story. I mean, there's kind of a story. You get lost in you get teleported to a dimension of Big Pit where a demon lures you into Big Pit.
Okay, what would you rate it?
I think it's get on sale.
There you go. Another one only you played. Momodora, whatever that subtitle is. So you really liked the first one.
Yeah, huge disappointment. Huge disappointment. It's just another mediocre Metroidvania Souls-like type game. Could not capture the magic of the first game. Throw it in. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it to get on sale, but very disappointing.
Okay. Take your word for it.
Yep.
All right, Moonlight Pulse. I don't even know what this is. Have you shown me
another
this?
Metroidvania, except you know, to follow the meme, I put in every furry game I played. And this is a furry Metroidvania. Where it's like it's kind of like the DS Castlevanias, where you can switch characters, and you have different dudes that all have different movement abilities and stuff. And that's rather than you do get new abilities, but more so you get new characters, and that's how you do the Metroidvania stuff. Very standard, fun, you know, cute story. The like has a cool setting. You're on like a living planet, and you're like traveling through his veins.
Should I show gameplay of this since everyone's calling you a furry and says to ban you?
What? I'll ban you.
Right,
Kill chat.
Moonlight Pulse. Yeah, okay. Moonlight Pulse.
Devin, what do you think about Klonoa? It's overrated. Klonoa is very overrated. Why would you play a Mario game where you have to collect every coin or you lose and half of them are missable?
Yep. Because it's good, Devin. You suck. I don't know. Devin, people love that game. How dare you?
I don't know. It's because they want to fuck the little Klonoa guy.
I'm not sure.
This is the very first boss in the game.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're expecting.
Skip ahead.
Just skip to the middle. Oh, wait, that's what I always do. Always full game walkthrough, skip to the very middle.
Alright, it seems okay. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, he's just walking around. But you unlock movement abilities, and that's what makes it fun, because it turns into kind of a you know, a Celeste style platformer type deal, you know.
I mean, is that a fucking sheep with black skin?
All sheeps have
what
black
type
skin.
of shit are you playing?
All sheeps have
You're
black
black.
skin. What are you
Okay,
talking
you're
about?
black.
Have you never seen a sheep? I don't know. It's standard. If you played, I played a million of these. If you played these, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I would not play this. I'm just telling you.
I believe you.
This,
Yeah, play. Look, you play your AAA slop. I play my indie game.
I'm not saying that my AAA slop's any better than this. Probably isn't in a lot of cases, but I just wouldn't play this. I don't know. Okay.
It's better. Actually, here's something to piss people off. It's way better than Hollow Knight.
Ooh.
Like way better. It's not even like a
Ooh.
little bit better. It's like way better.
Hot take of the podcast from Devin right there.
So it's like a 7 out of 10 instead of a 6 out of 10.
Goddamn. Okay, what are we putting it at?
I don't know. It's definitely better than Momodora, but yeah. I just put it in slop. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
well, I mean,
Standard Metroidvania.
Momodora's didn't get on sale though.
That one should also be in slop.
Okay.
But it should be ahead of like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Mullet MadJack. This one's pretty good. Oh yeah, I can I can put that at the back. I can change individual ratings if you care. I don't really care as long as it's in the right tier. All right, Mullet MadJack. This is a good one. I didn't finish it though because I don't know. I'm sure I was, playing great games like Dragon Ball: The Breakers. It just forgot. I don't know. I never came back to finish it, but it was good. Super fast paced, but not as fast as you would think. FPS. If you go too fast, you die like immediately, which was something I learned fairly early on. But yeah, basically just let's see. Did I keep any footage of it? Because this is another game where once you see like 5 minutes of gameplay, you're like, oh well, I know exactly what this is. You walk in a straight line basically, and you kick dudes and you shoot them, and you get basically it's on a time limit. So as you kill guys, you get more time, right? It's like the movie Crank. Am I thinking of the right one? The one where you have to keep the heart rate up with Jason Statham.
Yes. Maybe that's Crank. I don't know.
The Jason Statham movie where he has to keep his heart rate up. It's like that one.
People were talking shit about that movie. I like that
What were
movie.
they saying?
They're like, I don't know, calling you a retard, basically, if you like the movie.
Oh. Well, who's they? Does they have 3 parentheses?
I don't remember. The answer is yes, always, by the way. They also always has 3 parentheses.
Okay, so yeah, like, I don't know. It's just kind of about, like, stylishly killing dudes and getting your time limit up. And, don't run out of time or you'll die. And, yeah, I don't know. You do a lot of fun stuff. It's, like, got a roguelike element to it with upgrades and stuff. And, it's pretty good. It's not, like, a super unique game, but it's fun enough, I suppose. I didn't quite finish it because I felt like there needed to be a little bit more to it. But, yeah, I had a good time.
Okay.
So we'll put it in get on sale then.
I changed my mind. Put Moonlight Pulse and Momodora back and get on sale. I just keep looking at Animal Well, and I'm like, Animal Well cannot be in the same tier as like games I would actually play.
Do we need another tier? I feel like this is a fine, assortment.
Animal Well, shit. How about that? No, it's fine.
Okay, Palworld. Everyone forgot this is even a game that exists.
Palworld.
Though
Game of the year.
I heard after showing up at the Game Awards, the player count went way up. I want to see what region though, because I'm sure it's China. That they're like, oh, the Chinese bug man remembered. Oh, that game exists. Oh, I remember Palworld.
Yep.
So yeah, Palworld. It's open world survival crafting slop that people pretended was better than Pokemon because they hate Game Freak because Scarlet and Violet was a buggy mess. Also, it was woke, but people don't talk about that except me.
Yep.
But but dude, I unironically enjoyed Scarlet and Violet more than Palworld. I fucking hate open world
100%.
Survival crafting garbage. I do.
You know what's funny though? There's something mesmerizing about it. I was literally thinking about Palworld, because I made this tier list, and I'm like, I kind of feel like playing that again.
You'll be bored in an hour, but feel free.
It's the crafting part that I hate. If they could take that out of every game, I would be happy.
Well, then there's like no game. You're just shooting guys until you level up. I know. I would
okay
also
with that.
prefer that. I agree with you. I prefer that to the crafting garbage. Okay, so slop, yeah, it's slop.
Yeah, 100%.
Palworld slop.
Yeah, slop.
What's it? Oh, that's Penny's Big Breakaway. Yeah, I only played this for like an hour or whatever.
Yeah, it's shit. I also only played it for an hour.
Yeah, dude, the level design's
It has
so
no
ass
music
in this game.
in the opening level. Isn't that crazy? How'd that like make it past testing?
Did it really have no music? I can't even remember.
Yeah. The tutorial level has no music.
Yeah, that's fucked. Yeah, dude, the level design in this game sucks. Like, I think the movement mechanics are okay, but they're not in service to the level design at all.
Yeah, you use your movement to skip all of the level. So what was the point?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I did not find it fun.
No.
Not at all.
Shit tier. Put it in
Yeah, shit. Okay, Silent Hill 2 remake. God damn. I got really mad again in my video about this one. This is one of those things where there's no universe where I say get on sale because this is not like I wouldn't say this is really like an out of 5 thing, because like I don't care about the objective rating. You should not play this. This is inferior to the original in every way, basically. Even when people gas up the gameplay, I'm just like, you really like killing the same 3 enemies for, 14 hours or however long it is?
Yes.
It's like, goddamn, like, it's just, it's so painful, man. Like, the people at Bloober Team are like soulless golems. They truly did not understand at all, like, any of the artistic vision of the original game. It's crazy. Again, I know we all keep thinking of it. The one side-by-side shot of where you find Maria in the labyrinth or whatever at the end of Toluca Prison. Yep. Holy shit, like, the lighting was so fucked, like, how do you even mess that up that bad?
Yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck about Silent Hill at all. And I looked at that side-by-side, and I'm like, how do you fuck this up this bad? You know?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's like, you don't have to have an understanding of anything, let alone Silent Hill, to know where you fucked up, you know? That's why it's just soul. If you have no soul, then you can't make something with soul. You just don't have the ability.
Yep. Yeah, and it's censored, and they rewrote Mary's letter at the end to make it so she was less devoted to her husband, basically. And it's like, this is just like, I hate this. This fucking sucks. So, again, like, I feel like it's not shit, but, like, I want to put it in shit out of principle,
Do it. Put it in
shit.
It's
like, this is, like, if this existed in a vacuum, it'd be like a 7 out of 10. But if you're comparing a 10 to a 7, like, don't even touch me with that 7. Like, just, I'm getting the ick. I'm icking. Gross.
Ew.
Yeah, okay. Shadow Generations, great game. You don't like it that much compared to me.
Hate it.
I like it. Like, if you're a Sonic fan,
it was all right.
This is like the 3rd best Sonic game, which I know Sonic doesn't have a lot of good games, and if you're one of those boomers who likes the 2D Sonics, then you probably won't agree. But regardless, like, as someone who, this is like, it's still definitely a step below Sonic Adventure 1, 2, but it's the next step down. Sonic Adventure 2 are here, and like Shadow Generations is here. It's like it's better than Sonic Generations in every way, which is very apparent if you play them side by side. Like, the game controls better, it has better 3D Sonic level design, like, Shadow's cooler than Sonic, fuck Sonic, like, Sonic's like Goku, I hate him. Anyway, I actually think I like Sonic better than Goku, which is funny, but regardless, I think it was good. But I'm not gonna say it's a must play. I'll just say it's get on sale. If you're a Sonic fan, it's a must play. But
I think that's fair.
I don't think the people here really. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, next up, Starfield Shattered Space. Obviously, shit. I mean, do I really need to elaborate? Holy shit! What a waste of money. That was just like a quick cash grab, didn't add anything of value. Even people who kind of liked Starfield didn't like the DLC because it's a ripoff. Like, there's just not that much content in it. Yeah. So, it's more of the same. And there's like a r/atheism message in it too, so, good shit.
That's good.
Star Wars Outlaws, oh my god. I mean, slop or shit? I mean, I guess it's slop, but it's slop and shit. You know what I mean? It's both. But
I feel like we did need like one extra tier, because there's like slop that's fun and then slop that's shit. Yeah, they're almost 2 different things. So what do I say about Star Wars Outlaws? Again, the highlights video obviously isn't really a real review, but basically, long story short, it's yet another Ubisoft game that completely wastes the Star Wars IP, and I don't even like Star Wars. It's like, imagine playing, instead of, you're not a Jedi or Sith or anything, you're Han Solo, except you're a Goblina woman who's completely unlikable, and it's, it plays like Watch Dogs, but worse. It's bad, it's just bad. It's boring. Nothing is good about it, really. It's just, it's one of the worst Ubisoft games.
Okay, Stellar Blade. Yeah, Stellar Blade. I mean, Stellar Blades definitely get on sale. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely not a must play by any stretch. But it's like some of these. I feel like part of me wants a tier between get on sale and slop, because like Atlas, I feel like isn't good enough.
Like there's like slop plus, you know,
Yes.
or you know, there's like
Yeah.
enjoyable slop, and then there's, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I hate to do this. I gotta pee really bad. I drank too much coffee. Okay,
All right,
just
I'll harass chat.
yeah.
Fuck
Talk
you, chat.
about wait, what did you play on
bitches.
here? Did you play any? Talk about Valley Peaks while I'm in the
No, there's
bathroom.
nothing left. Oh, is there?
Yeah, talk about Valley Peaks.
Valley Peaks is a 3D platformer climbing game that instead of like most of these climbing games are all like hyper realistic, where it's like, oh, you do one hand in front of the other, and it's like super cool because I'm basically on a mountain, even though that's a thing you can do in real life, you fucking losers. Valley Peaks is like a real 3D platformer. You can like jump. If you grab onto something, you can do like full jumps. There's stop time in the air, triple jumps, do crazy shit. It's fun. But I don't want to talk about games. I want to harass you, chat, because you've been talking shit. I can smell it. Devin, where is Shadows of Doubt and Stalker 2? He told me to put Stalker 2 on. I thought I did. Apparently I didn't. It's on the other list, though. There are 2 lists. It's on the other one, so it's somewhere. It's just not on this one. You're gay. Yeah, fuck you, chat. Yeah, Stalker 2 wouldn't have been high anyway. There's no point. And you can't ban me. He can't ban me from real life. If Kobe wishes he could ban me in real life, but he can't do it. Stalker 2 is get on sale. No, I don't think Stalker 2 is worth it. Stalker 2 is like it's like pure slop. There are 9,000 games just like it. Play 9 Souls. I already did. I don't know. I didn't push far enough. People say it gets good later, but it didn't really grab me in the beginning. Plus, haven't I played enough furry games? How many furry games do you need me to play? Stay for super chats? I always stay for super chats. I don't go anywhere. I've already played Asta Libra. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, that one chatter who wanted me to play their game, I finally did that. It's called like Re-Story, something like that. Reverse E-Story. That's a great name, by the way. It's good. Is a Ralph my favorite character in Rampage? I don't know who that is. Your opinion's great, except for the cringe shirt. I'm not a furry. I've like played into this meme. I hate furries. I hate all furry things. It's all just a joke, guys. Don't you realize that? It's like irony.
Okay, so what am I doing with Valley Peaks? Do I need to know anything about it?
Oh, put it on Get On Sale. Valley Peak's great. That game's awesome. The only reason I didn't put it on my top 5 is too many 3D platformers. It's a 3D platformer climbing game.
Oh, okay. And it's good, though?
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Maybe I'll play it then. Okay, so I was talking about Stellar Blade. So Stellar Blade is sort of in the same boat as Wukong, except I'd say Wukong's a little bit better. The trade-off, of course, being that Stellar Blade is kind of a Coomer game. So, you know, is that worth it to play like a slightly less fun game for the Coomer content? Depends on who you are, I guess. Let's see. I guess I deleted most of my footage for this. I still have the review though. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you guys have probably all seen this shit already. But yeah, I mean, it's a hack and slash game, kind of Souls-like, kind of not, you know. It's just like Black Myth Wukong, the abilities are what change it from being Souls-like to like some kind of like more generic like action slop stuff. Because the abilities aren't as overpowered as the Black Myth Wukong, except for like the super mode. The super mode is kind of crazy, but yeah, this is like kind of parry type of shit, like Sekiro. It's got parrying, it's got dodging backward, it's got dodging through enemies. So that's kind of neat that it's got like different ways to counter different attacks. I kind of like that. So I mean, like, you know, I guess this is more like preaching to the choir because you guys already know it's like a game, but you know, people kept implying like it's not really a game, but it is a game. It's absolutely a game. It's not an amazing game, but it's not just like Coomer shit that people pretend is good. It's decent. You know, it's a decent game.
Now, can you play it with one hand?
No.
That's all anyone wants to know.
Nope. No. And that's always my problem with this shit.
Yeah, put it in shit tier then. It's over.
You know, but you know, like, there's a difference between having tasteful sexiness and, like, actually making someone hard. The problem is Coomers don't know what the difference is between those things. They really don't. And they pretend there's no difference. And it's why discussing attractive women in video games is so difficult. Because, like, on the one hand, you have the leftists who are actual porn addicts, but into, like, gay porn shit, basically.
Yep.
And so they're like, what, you want attractive women? Well, go jerk off, blah, blah, blah. And then they praise ugliness or whatever. And then you have the other side of things where it's like, you know, having a attractive woman isn't good enough for me anymore. She needs to be in a slutty costume as well, you know? And, like, I feel like this all started with Bayonetta, probably, you know? But at least Bayonetta, I feel like it had a lot going for it that wasn't, like, her costume and getting almost naked when she does an ultimate attack. You know?
And it definitely seemed less sexual than this game does.
Yeah.
Despite being more overtly sexual and like having like BDSM shit in it. But
yeah, it's weird how like Bayonetta is like, she's much more of a femme fatale character than Eve, but it feels less pornographic. Isn't that, yeah, that is weird, but I agree.
That's because, I don't know, the Stellar Blade character is like literally a blow-up doll. You're like walking around as a blow-up doll.
Yeah, exactly. Like Bayonetta, yeah, it was handled like it was part of her character, so it was a lot more acceptable, and it you know, made her more likable. With Eve, it has nothing to do with her at all. Like it's not part of her character. It's never explained in any way why she's a slut. She just is. So it
just is.
So, you know, it's kind of lame in that way. But the game is, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Again, like it doesn't... It's one of those things where there's probably going to be a tiny minority of people who are upset with my top 5 best games, but like I just saw no purpose in putting something like this or Black Myth Wukong in my top 5 because like you either already played it or like you're planning on playing it and I don't need to tell you to play it. You know what I mean? So I wanted to turn my best 5 games into games like I think you should really try. You know what I mean? Like there's no point in putting this as one of them.
Yep.
But yeah, I'd say it's get on sale, yeah. I already put it there, I think. Yeah. Okay. Still Wakes the Deep. This is a dog shit fake horror game made by the devs of Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. And even worse than Amnesia, Machine for Pigs, it's just a walking simulator with a few actual real gameplay moments where you're hiding from a monster. And so, yeah, I mean, it's shit. Not much else to say.
Good talk.
Oh, yeah, I noticed, what's... Casting of Frank Stone isn't on here. It would have been in shit anyway. But I did mention it in the video. That's the, Supermassive game. The guys who made Until Dawn. They made a Dead by Daylight one. And it is probably their worst one yet, which is truly impressive. Extremely boring. And cringe and woke. And yeah, it was bad. Okay, Suicide Squad. Talk about this. This is like the worst game you've ever played, apparently.
Yeah, this is my favorite game of the year. Up better than Dustborn. I don't know how you... This is the only game where I legitimately thought I'd rather be in Alaska. I would rather be shot. I would rather be bleeding out. Working McDonald's is way easier than streaming Suicide Squad. It's not even close. The only video game I've ever played where I was actually in pain. I wanted to quit. I wanted to die. Fuck this game.
Silver Sterling, Quiet Place is right here. It was the first bad game that we ranked. Yeah, with the Suicide Squad game, like, this is clearly a humiliation ritual. I mean, it literally just does... It's like the devs at Rocksteady, you know, because all the original ones are gone. So whoever was left and all the diversity hires are like, fuck you, gamer. We hate Batman. We hate you. So we're gonna... Harley Quinn... who got her ass beat in one hit in all the previous games, is going to kill Batman. It's like, oh my god, I can imagine the hand rubbing, the giant hook, disgusting noses, you know, involved with this. You know, toucans from space and all that.
Yep.
But you know, this game. Like, I hate this fucking game. Like, this game is so insulting. It should not exist. I'm so glad it bombed so hard. But yeah, I hate it. That said, though, it probably is only in like the top 5 worst games I've ever played.
Dude, that's crazy. That legitimately makes me sad.
Yeah, I've played a lot of bad games. Only over the course of this YouTube channel, though. Before, you know, if this was the first game I reviewed, bad game for this channel, it would be the worst.
Well, admittedly, you think Dustborn is a bad game, so maybe your taste is
That's true, but Dustborn is like, it's hard to even rank Dustborn, because like Dustborn like really jumps between being like hilarious parody tier shit and being like extremely boring and also like actually pissing you off and how blatant the propaganda is. It's like between those 3, you know, it kind of just like jumps between them. Okay.
I just like it.
All right, Unknown 9 Awakening. This is where you play as Indian Yennefer and you kill the white British people because they're evil.
Wait, it's an Indian? That means the game's really good, right?
Yeah. I mean, meritocracy, they're better than us. You would, again, they were only hired because their quality.
They're just known for making good things. Like, every cool thing invented is known from there, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
As we know. So, it's shit. It's basically like Uncharted, but like you know, middleware Uncharted. Also, you have weird like ghost power shit where you can take over people, and it sucks. Oh, and like the melee combat's embarrassingly bad. Okay, Victory Heat Rally. You showed that on stream.
Yeah, that was the arcade racing game. I'd say just get it on sale. It's fun. It's short but fun. It's entirely skill-based, 100% gameplay. Not very hard, but it's fun to go fast. Makes me feel alive. Something hyperdrive.
My heart beats in hyperdrive. Okay, Space Marine 2. This is good. I kind of wish I had... again, I didn't want to drop the cash, but I kind of wish I had played it with you, Thomas. Yeah, it's only 3 players, so I guess you and Thomas. But you know, I played it with chat. I actually did play with chat. We had a pretty good time. It was fun. Good game. For some reason, I think that had the worst like-dislike ratio of all the games I reviewed this year, just because of a couple jokes about black people, basically. They weren't even that bad. I've said way worse things, probably. But, you know, that triggered all of the fake Warhammer fans who unironically like that. Have you seen the image of, like, the black female emperor in a wheelchair or something?
Yes.
Yeah, that's them. That's the Warhammer fans, you know? I'm not even a fan of Warhammer, and I feel like I'm more of a fan than those people, because they want to actually destroy the thing they supposedly like, so, you know. But,
the
Twitter...
real Warhammer fans like Space King. That's real Warhammer.
Yep. And so, yeah, the Twitter people dislike bomb my video for, like, no reason. I said the game was pretty good, you know? And, yeah, it's pretty good. I think the only, like, main issues of the game is it just needed more gameplay variety. Like, the Chaos Marines just kind of turned the game into, like, a third-person shooter, where I liked, like, the melee hybrid with shooting against the Tyranids and stuff. That's a little bit more interesting, you know? Yellow Taxi goes for him. It's Game of the Year. Spoilers.
Oh my god, Game of the Year.
What a good game.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like, I listen, it's just better than Astro Bot in almost every way. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the spectacle, but who cares? Like, we play video games because they're fun. Like, if this had come out when I was a child, here, I'll skip to the second level. If this had come out when I was a child, I would have fucking loved this shit so much. Like, this would have been up there with, like, Vex as, like, underrated, lower budget game that, like, it is better than it should be. This is the best, like, indie 3D platformer since A Hat in Time. And
I think it's better than A Hat in Time.
It's more... It is, like, objectively a more complete game than Hat in Time. Hat in Time, on release, only had 4 levels. And, yeah, like, they had variety there were big levels, and like the second level, every level was like different pretty much. So
I just think this game genuinely has probably the best movement of any 3D platformer I've played. Like the most fun.
Yep.
Where there's just so much you can get better at. Like every time, this is what I was talking about before, where playing this game for a second time is more fun. Even though you know where everything is, you know everything that's ahead, you know, there are no surprises. It's more fun because you're just so much better at the game that you can do so much more cool shit. I don't know if you have you launching off of any stuff to do like sick jumps.
Yeah,
that's like
I mean,
the most fun part.
Yeah, let me go to a level with more ramps. But like the fucking crazy like 3D platformer, like you can boost so goddamn high in this game off of shit. It's crazy. Yeah, this is a good example of this level. But let's go to where there's a steep ramp.
You have a super boost where if you time it perfectly, boosting off ramps, you'll go farther. And there's like, you can get infinitely better at this because it's completely, what is it, analog, where, each timing will give you a different outcome.
Yeah, like based on where you are on the ramp, the angle of the ramp, like what you hit directly after your boost will affect the height of the jump. So sometimes it does take a couple tries off the same ramp to do certain shit. I'm trying to figure out when I
always do it better. Like every time you could have done it better. You could have hit that ramp at a slightly better angle. You could have held A a little bit longer to launch yourself farther.
Yeah, here, let me skip toward the end of this. So, like, this is a good example. Like, here, you just have, like, your, like, pachinko thing where you just have to make the bowling ball land in the cracks and stuff. But you might notice when you are further back the level, there's a fucking golden rabbit collectible on top of this machine. And it's like, oh, how the hell do I get that high up there? And it's like, so you figure out you can get on these ramps here, and then you can super boost, which famously, if you watched one of the streams, I was fucking up the super boost for like most of the game. Which is ironic because I did it right when my brother told me how to do it, but then I guess I forgot, you know, at some point. I don't know. Either way. So you're like trying to figure out how the hell do I get on top of this thing? Then again, there's a good example. Like you have to have the right angle and the right position on the ramp. But here, hold on. I think the music was just slightly too long.
Fucking this one up.
Yeah, but like you just fucking look at that. Like look at that. Yeah. How many games can you do shit like that? And then that took a little bit too long. But hold on. Then you go back, like when you turn around, because this is like an arcade. You know, that's why the floor looks like that, because it's like the old like gross carpet in like arcades and stuff. Yeah. But like you turn around back to the start level, and you have this huge ramp, and you actually get on top of the building, and that's like, I don't know, dude. It's just, like, so fun to, like, boost off of shit. Here, I'll show the level after this. Some of the later levels, like, you do crazy shit. Like, the level with the observatory where you have to, like, boost on top of all the rooftops.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Yeah, you get the jump. That jump is, like, so crazy far. But the way the boost works is that there's a timer on it in the air. So if you're in the air long enough, you can boost again. So you just make this crazy fucking far long jump off the top of the spires, and it's like, it's so cool. This is
just peak baby game, because if you were a baby, you could still have fun driving around, but as an adult playing baby game, you can just do sick shit constantly.
Yeah, this game has like some of the best 3D platformer controls I've ever played, which is crazy from an indie game. And it's sad because like this game will never have that much attention on it, partially because it's, I mean, the name is horrible.
Yeah, like, the name's so bad.
This is like one of the worst names I've ever heard in my life. Yellow Taxi.
It's also made by Italians, and people hate Italians.
Yeah, I'm sure. They hate me, so, you know, that's gotta be why. Racist. Anyway, because Italians aren't white, as we know, so they're racist. So, you know, I don't know, dude. Like, it's one of those games where you kind of have to play it to know how fun it is. But like any time that you just watch me like boosting off these ramps, you can tell like, oh my god, look at these jumps, dude. And that's like the whole game though. The whole game is like you boost off the ramp and then you boost in the air and you do like these impossible jumps. You have so much air control, and it's neat too because there's no conventional jump in this game. You cancel the dash to do a little jump, a baby jump, but then you discover that you can jump backward, and the jump backward has more height, and there's a side jump too, and those both have more height than just the simple flip.
Yep. And
so all these things combine to have like it's very, very precise, and it feels good, and it has so many levels. Like I was saying before with the Hat in Time thing, you know, Hat in Time even with the DLC is 6 levels. This has like how many, like 15 or something? Like it has a shit ton, ton of levels. Like it just has a lot of content. So yeah, this is probably like easily most underrated game of the year, no question. Oh yeah, 100%. Because like no one talked about this shit. Like seriously, who the fuck do you?
Yeah, none of these fucking indie shit YouTubers I watch who are like, yeah, gaming's not dead, talked about this game because they're all. I was about to say a bad word.
Silly Billies.
They're liars. How about that? They're liars, is what they are. They're just the AAA version, or they're the indie version of people who play AAA slop. They just do whatever the most popular indie shit is, and they're like, it's amazing. It's the greatest thing I've ever played. Fuck you guys. I don't know. I love this game though. It's like Super Mario 64, where if you play it the first time, it feels kind of awkward. The movement's kind of weird. But once you get used to it, it's just perfection. Except I think it's even better than Super Mario 64. Because, I mean, you still kind of control like a forklift in that game.
Yeah, so, you know, this is just one of those games where, like, some people are not going to... They're just not going to get it because, like... this is a problem anytime we talk about 3D platformers, like that one chatter who, you know, I can't remember the user. But it's just like, I grew up and now I think those games suck. It's like, okay, well...
It's because you eat wiener. I get it. You've eaten more wiener now, so you can't play cool shit anymore.
Maybe you just don't like 3D platformers. Like, for people who do like them, this is, like, literally exactly what I wanted. Like, Spectacle is nice, but at the end of the day, my favorite 3D Mario is still Sunshine, which is the least polished one, you know, out of the 3D... Like, Super Mario Galaxy is still amazing, but, like... I just think Sunshine is more fun to play, you know what I mean? And that's what I look for in a 3D platformer. Is it fun to, like, just control the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, the spectacle aspect goes away after the first time you play any game. And most people only play a game one time anyway, so that's really, I think, part of the problem, too.
Yes, but most people don't even finish games. They'll play halfway through and say, it's that's my favorite game. I've only played through half of it, but it's my favorite game.
Yeah, me just literally just playing this again to get footage. Like, I'm like, holy shit, this game's still fun. You know what I mean? And like you said, in some ways more fun because I'm good at the game now. You know, like, you can do all this crazy shit, skip all this shit because, you know, the devs didn't really account for you super boosting off of every ramp, so you can really, like, cheese a bunch of stuff. You know, it's so... dude, I don't know, dude. It's just a fun game. It's a fun game. Yeah, so yeah, this is both of our game of the year.
Game of the year.
Game of the year for both of us.
There's no way it couldn't be anything else.
Yeah, so you know, pretty good soundtrack too, which I switched to that you can't hear, but you know, if you listen back to the pod, actually, I meant to ask you, are you making sure these still go up on Spotify, or did you forget about that?
Oh, I haven't done the last one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, he'll get on that
eventually
for the one. Spotify.
Yeah, it's only like 5 people. It's not. It's not very.
Oh yeah, no one's watching on Spotify.
I think we have 74 plays in total.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I see. There you go. For people who ask, like, oh, you should put it on Spotify. Well, people, it's fine on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll probably talk about this off the podcast. But if no one watches on Spotify, we might as well just not upload it there anymore. I guess we'll see if it ever, you know, gets its own viewership. Yeah, okay. Sad. So, yeah, I mean, that's it, guys. That was the last game. There's our... Oh, yeah, you want to name 5 best, 5 worst?
Oh. Best Yellow Taxi, then probably King's Vein, then probably Echo Point, then Astro Bot, then Lawrence Lure. There you go.
Okay. Well, I was gonna do a 5-1, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, but sure
know,
that works. Whatever. Okay, I'll just say mine 5-1 then. Okay, so.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. I literally just recorded this, so I better be able to say this off the top of my head. Okay, I record the worst, not the best. That would explain it. Yeah. I have to record the best tomorrow. Okay, number 5 best, Echo Point Nova. Number 4 best is God damn it. I should have been. Oh, I'm looking. I'm scrambling. Because, I didn't 100% have the order done in my head. Was part of the thing. What did I want? I think Kingsbane was number 3 in my list. So what did I say is number 4?
I don't know. It's your list.
Shit. Okay, I'm pulling the Google Doc up. I'm skimming, and I'm like,
yeah, chat,
am I blind?
What's Joey's favorite game, chat? You decide.
Oh yeah, Hollowbody. I'm literally like scrolling this. I didn't see it. It doesn't really. It blends in too well. So yeah, number 5 is Echo Point. Number 4 is Hollowbody. Number 3 is Kingsbane. Number 2, Astro Bot. And number 1, Yellow Taxi Goes Room. Okay, as for the worst, what are your worst? Do you even have 5 worst?
No, it's literally just Suicide Squad and Dread Delusion. God, those games are bad.
Yep. I'd say number 5 for me is shit. What did I decide my number 5 was? Oh, yeah, Silent Hill 2 Remake is the 5th worst. 4th worst is Dread Delusion. 3rd worst, Star Wars Outlaws. 2nd worst, Suicide Squad. And then the worst was Dustborn.
You're just a hater.
Listen, Dustborn had to be number 1 because of what it represents and what my channel represents. It has the most blatant political propaganda I've ever seen in a video game, and quite possibly ever will see. Because, then again, I doubt it. I'm sure something else like it will get funded. But Dustborn, really was only created as political propaganda and serves no other purpose. So, and it was, it's horrible, So, it being the worst game makes sense. Cow, we did ironically like Cow. I say we, but I don't think most. I don't think most of the chat was in on that with me, but whatever. The thing is, the way that the meme works, right, is that when you're playing a game, you have to decide who's best girl, right?
And your best girl is Cow?
Well, it's either her or the main character, and the main character is such a bitch, man. Like, I don't know. The main chick, Pax, she's probably the most attractive one. It's a pretty low bar. But I don't know, man. She's just it's kind of insufferable, and also she's attracted to the Korean boy band member who I don't know if it's a man or a woman still, voiced by a woman, but that doesn't mean anything in games like this.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, that really takes away from her. Cow's straight, confirmed straight. They confirm it early on, and I don't know. She's the least hateable one, I guess.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't think. Well, yeah. Wait. How long is this podcast going? Over 2 hours. We'll talk about Diamond next week then. All right. Let's get to super chats.
Do you want to do the big list really fast?
We'll get to that next week. Yeah. Well, we'll cover super chats and end it because my brother needs to eat dinner because
I'm your brother.
Mold. Yeah, I know you.
Talking to me.
I know. I'm explaining to chat. All right, Devin, you don't eat dinner because it's mold. The mold. It's worse at night, right? So he needs to eat dinner earlier in the day. There you go. There's the. Okay.
You're talking like I'm not here.
I was talking to chat. I talk to chat all the time. Words on the screen.
You're making so upset.
Okay, that's a random name. Thanks to 2 Canadian. Devin, may you have a mold-free 2025. Also, sad Soph. There you go. Yep. Mr. Marvin.
Sad Sophs. I haven't seen enough.
I like sad Soph. That's a good emo. She always looks like that, by the way. Always.
Yep.
Mr. Marvin, thanks to the 22 euros. Happy New Year, Chuddies. Happy New Year. Game
Happy New Year.
Sense, thanks for $5. Happy New Year's, Synth, Devin, Thomas, and chat. Hope 2025 is our year. We can only hope that, some things get slightly better, but I don't think there's been any, well, I won't say there hasn't been any. I guess there's only really a couple of games that seem like in my interest. I hope that, what's it called? The first Berserker, Kazan, something like that. Hope that's good.
I want Okami 2 to be good.
Yeah, that's probably not coming out until 2026, though.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's see. Uriah of the House, right. Thanks to the $2. Donkey got cucked again, but by Synth. That's... Well, Devin's the one who played it, not me.
Like, you saw it. That's good enough.
Mega Rock and Rolla, thanks for $5. Chuddy New Year, bros. Any possibility of a Synth Cell Monster Hunter lobby to hunt with chat when Monster Hunter Wilds drops? Yeah, I'll play Wilds with chat. Why not?
Neat.
There's no way Thomas would play that for more than 5 minutes. He would be horrible anyway.
I just hope it's better than the DLC of World.
Yeah. Yeah, Iceborne beat me down after a while. Arshah Singh, thanks to the 100 rupees. Happy New Year to all my fellow Gooners. I had a DeVito I get it moment when I saw Helen Parr Fuda comic. Oh, by the way, Blade Runner has been ruined. Big F. What happened with Blade Runner? I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's, the saying I get it is even fitting because which, by the way, that meme's terrible because that episode is terrible. In fact, that whole season's terrible. In fact, the season before that was terrible too. It's from Always Sunny. Dev, do you know the meme?
Yes, I know the meme.
Yeah. It was the gay interpretive dance. So he's saying this about Fuda. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it seems like it is. Anyway, Villas Lee, thanks to 50 CZK. Happy New Year, Synth. Happy New Year, Chuddies and SARS. Have a fantastic New Year. I'll try.
New Year.
Wait, they hired a trans as a star to play one of the leads. What, in the next Blade Runner? Jesus Christ!
Oh, all right, great.
Don't watch. Do not watch. Don't do it.
Read the book, chat.
Just like Joker.
Yep.
Kane's Games. Thanks to the $5. Happy New Year's, Chud Buds. Had a good time with you all this year. Yep. SAS Mr. Small, thanks to the membership. Keep it up. I will. Nate Diaz, thanks $5. Yes, let's all poop on it more. Let's turn Astro Bot into India.
Yeah, we did just kind of shit. I say we, but it's mostly me shitting on Astro Bot the whole time.
You liked the game though. You were just doing the same thing.
But Yellow Taxi is just so much better.
It is
so much better.
Yeah, it is. But see, like, you're doing exactly what I used to do all the time, and well, I don't really do it anymore because I don't review good games that much. But I used to do that in my pretty good game reviews, where I would shit on it for like over half the video and then say it's good. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing with Astro Bot. Yeah. So that's how I know if you were reviewing games, you do the same thing that I did. Freddy Fazbear, thanks $2. Synth thinks Astro Bot causes school shootings. What? I don't. What is this word salad?
It's when we're talking about Astro Bot is when we're talking about the games cause violence.
Oh yeah. Don Eagle Otterberg, thanks to the 88 SCK. Happy New Year, Chuds. I hope everyone will have a great year to come. Yeah, let's hope.
Hopefully.
Freddy Fazbear, thanks to another $2. Femboys or furries? Wow, what a question.
Easily furries. The other one's gay.
So only female furries then.
Look,
I guess is the implication. Well, I hope.
Like, everyone's saying in chat, and it's obviously true. It's human male, and then the rest are furries. That's how it's supposed to be.
HMOFA, whatever that stands for. I don't remember. Devontae, thanks to the membership.
Human male on furry?
Furry or female anthro.
Ass?
Human male on female anthro. Is that what it is? That sounds familiar. Anyway, Devontae, thanks to membership. Bulk Bogan, thanks to the membership. Happy 2025, Chuds. Year of the Indian is upon us. Oh, God. Don't remind me.
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually right.
Yep.
I guess they're right. That's good. I finally deciphered it. Punished Longshanks, thanks to the 10 pounds. Ex-IGN journo Colin Moriarty recently described critics of Naughty Dog, Druckmann, and Last of Us 2 as suffering from Naughty Dog derangement syndrome. Once a games journo, always a games journo, huh? Yeah, he learned nothing from getting stabbed in the back by Greg Miller. I mean, this is always leftist, though. It's like they all hate each other, stab each other in the back, do endless purity spirals, but it's not the ideology that's the problem, no. Just keep shitting on the Chuds. The Chuds are all buds, except the synth cells. I wouldn't trust any of you guys, but, you know.
The Chuds are all buds.
But, no, and then the left-wing people are like, you know, they're catty bitches. They're like women.
Yep.
So
that's what Elon, he came to our side and immediately caused some problems. That's how you know he's no real chud. He's not our bud.
He's definitely not our bud. That's a random name, thanks to 5 Canadian. At my parents' place last night, Dad and I talking about immigration. I show a picture of an Australian Aboriginals to my dad. Dad, those are Yoda's people, monkey. Yeah, that's
they have a very unfortunate phenotype.
Yep. Gavin, thanks to the $2. My face when my dad imports a better son. And then it's like, yeah, it's like a disappointment emoji, basically. Retardigus 2, thanks to the 10 Brazilian. The music in Sparking Zero is also shit, and it's on purpose. The composer's the same guy that worked on Tenkaichi 3 and Fighters. They did this so you have to pay $30 for the music pack, and it's just songs from the show. Yeah, that sucks.
French.
That definitely sucks. Rufus2236, thanks to the €2. No message. Wiz Division Productions, thanks to the membership. If Indiana Jones isn't in the top 5 worst, we riot. It's not. I definitely played worse, but it's in dishonorable mentions. Sexually abusive CHUDCAST, thanks to the 2 Australian. TND, TTD, TKD. Vril Seeker, thanks to the $5. How do you feel about Elon wanting to import Indians because Americans aren't good enough? I think it's meritocracy, and those are definitely, you know, every time you've seen videos of Indians shitting in the street and eating poop and all that, you know, they're just better than us, you know, meritocracy, you know?
Yeah, just look at the thumbnail of this podcast to know how we feel about what's going on.
Yeah, so, you know, they have a better culture, as Vivek Ramaswamy said, Yep. Gavin, thanks for $5. Is TZD the cure for skyrocketing cannibalism rates? Zoomer?
ZD? Oh, zombie. It's
zombie. Oh, total zombie death?
Yes.
Sure. Kane's Games, thanks to the $5. Currently playing Metaphor for a review, and while the gameplay is alright, anyone calling this peak storytelling has to be autistic. Well, yeah, it's Persona.
You figured it out.
Yes, yes. Persona and autism go together very well. Infamous Aeon, thanks to the $2. Who's hyped for The Witcher 4 Whammon Struggles? Me, I'm super hyped to review it, at least, I guess. No, it'll be way too long. That's the problem. You know, Witcher 3 was pretty fucking long.
Just play a couple hours, you'll get the gist.
Yeah, I'll watch cutscenes on YouTube, just like Dragon Age Veilguard.
Classic.
Europon XC, thanks to the membership. I wanna grape my, thanks to the membership. Game Sense, thanks to the $10. Blade Runner 2099 with Hunter Schafer and is that Michelle Yeoh as wrapped filming. Where Truan will be better than replicants and humans. Can't wait for Synth to change the channel profile pic from Ryan Gosling to Hunter.
Yeah. God.
It's really, why is it always that dude too? Like Euphoria was like the Hollywood equivalent of like, you know, Sleeping with Weinstein or something, because like I feel like all the, well, maybe not all the Euphoria actors, but definitely like Hunter Schafer specifically is like, it's just in everything. It's like the one that like got plowed by everybody, basically. We'll put it that.
I just like how they're like clearly trying to ruin everything Chud's like. They're like, oh, we accidentally made something good. Ruin it.
Yep. Schizo Tie Man, thanks to the 10 CHF. For my connoisseurs, totally nice day enjoyers, 14, I don't want to say those numbers together. Participators, 6 Gorillion deniers, sub 5 males, Goimers, Yuffie cells, Thomas cells, Devin haters, Happy New Year's from Britain Stan, nothing changes. There you go.
It would be a British person to hate me.
Yeah. Yeah, how could they? You're just it's like if Devin was the one with the channel, you guys would say you'd hate me. I mean, we're so similar. I don't know. That's a random name thanks to the 5 Canadian. Smoke smell is just the neighbor cooking K-words in his new oven. Stay safe and remember to wear your stars when going outside. And then it's like, yeah. Angry
That's
guy.
why we don't go outside.
Yeah. Big Boy Snake, thanks for the $50. Devin, I wish I can play your Coomer Furry games, but I am a HMOFA enjoyer. If I can't play as a white human male Chad, then I will not play it no matter how good it is. Happy New Year's, bros, and remember to bully your local Indian. They deserve it. Oh my god. Just reminded there's multiple Indians who watch this shit. Watch all the streams.
They're the good ones, I'm sure.
Yes. That's not sarcasm, Devin. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm with you, dude. I was talking about the xenosexual stuff. That's basically the same thing. I mean, depending on what the anthro looks like. But moving on before we get into a Foodagate moment. That's a random name, thanks to 5 Canadian. Next time you go on break during a stream, could you put it's something to related to World War II Docus so I can edge in peace? Thanks in advance. No. Let's see. The Commodity Man, thanks to the €2. Happy New Year's from France. Afrofuturism for the win. Yep. Reverse Lee, thanks to the $5. Santa Claus reading Little Synthler's Christmas list. Billions must die, Santa. Billions. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Yep, Merry Christmas. LM, thanks to the membership. Sammy versus Soph. That's what the... Sophie is begging for something right now. I think she might need to go out or something, but we're about to end this.
Fireworks.
Yeah, that would make sense. She's freaking out. Retardicus 2, thanks to the 5 Brazilian. Devin saw those Meowscarada / Lucario clones in Palworld and immediately felt the urge to play. Yep. You're on to him. Wiz Division Productions, thanks to the $2. Bloober Team is the definition of failing up. That's true. Because, yeah, their other games are pretty mediocre.
Yeah, I love them saying they're like, we're done making shit games. It's like, no, you're still shit.
Now they've upgraded to normie slop because that's who liked the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Yep.
McLovin, thanks to the $2. You guys should add in a pirate tier. Well, that's basically
that's
on
every
sale.
Game on here.
It's same as get on sale. I literally even said to him, like, oh, we could add pirate to that.
And then I said the same thing, that every game on here is pirate tier.
Neurosis 51, thanks to $5. Synth constantly downplaying Palworld, yet it's still top played on Steam. Are you Chinese? Are you saying... Wait, how stupid is this?
Chinese.
Call of Duty... Well, there's a controversy about that because it's a Japanese company, but it's owned by China.
Oh.
Yeah, see? Even though it's a Japanese dev, it's a Chinese company, basically. So.
I see.
Yep, I remember that controversy. But anyway, so what? Call of Duty's the best game every year then because it sells the most? Is Grand Theft Auto the best? Like, this is such a midwit argument. Why would you even say that? Yeah, this guy's Chinese. Anyway, top 10 right now above COD and Baldur's Gate 3. He just likes his AAA and Sonic slop more. Okay, whatever, Bugman. Feel free to play your survival slop. I won't stop you. What the EGAD, thanks to the $5. Interesting how you have sexualized characters like 2B from Nier Automata or Bayonetta, but everyone has hyper focus on Stellar Blade, fake outrage. Yeah, I mean, there was a meme image that was basically that, where it was showing like the torch being carried from like Lara Croft to Bayonetta to 2B to Stellar Blade, or Eve from Stellar Blade. Yeah. Yep. Mega Rock and Roll, thanks for $5. I played through Yellow Taxi after getting it on the Steam sale, and you're 100% right about it. Couldn't put it down and played it 3 days straight. Yeah, it's so good. It's just, if you love good controls, like, it's got some of the best. D0342, thanks to €2. I don't know how to say that. Galukig, I don't even, that looks like an N-word of some kind. Yeah, Happy New Year, Chuds. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Spaz Space Wizard, thanks for $5. Good to see the Kulo Hermanos back. If you included visual novels, where would you put I Wanna Hug That Gator? I never played it. And I don't play visual novels anyway, really. But
he can't read.
Yep, I can't read, guys. I'm just guessing what these super chats say.
Yeah. You're good at it.
Yeah. I must come. Thanks to the $10. Mr. Synthmizer, the stream is meant for all the little chuddies who are alone this day. My girl said I have her, which means I'm not alone. I told her I wish I didn't so I could watch the stream in peace. Well, that's mean, but I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You would never. No chud would ever.
Nope.
Steve, thanks for the membership. Check out Total Chaos on ModDB. It is free. Enjoy. I'll check it out, Dev. It's up. You do it. Koichi Trump. Well, yeah, figure it out. I don't know.
Well, it's a mod, but for what game?
I don't know. Okay. Koichi Trump. Thanks to the $2. Check your email synth. I just sent you fan art. Okay. Hold on. Maybe I'll show it during the actual New Year's stream that I'll be doing in a couple hours. Are those like Christmas cookies of Chud and Poir? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I can bring that up 1 second. I might as well, since it's podcast related. It actually is podcast related. Hold on. You'll see.
Okay.
Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Fill the dead air. Do it now.
Chat. Fuck you.
Holy shit, that image is huge.
Post 4 dogs.
But yeah,
why is there no New Year's breakers?
I mean, I could play breakers on New Year's. You want me to? I don't know.
It'd be funny.
I don't really care what I played that much today, but I will play. You see it? Oh, Dev, are you watching the stream?
Oh, yeah, those are great.
There you go. Yeah, those look good. Okay, there's only a few more, Dev, don't worry. Okay, so Jerry Smith, thanks to the $2. Where's Shadow of the Damned and Dead Rising ranked? Well, those don't really count. Well, Dead Rising might count for the list, and I would put it in shit tier. And well, I guess slop. I don't know. It's shit because it's a demake. It just like Silent Hill 2 remake. Shadows of the Damned doesn't count though, because that's like literally a port, pretty much. But Dead Rising would be in shit. Nimpo, thanks to the €5. Ethereum, the shittier the country, the better the food. I don't really believe that either, to be honest. I mean, there's plenty of good European
Italy's
food,
not that bad.
Just not Britain. Yeah, Italy's not that. Italy's got some awesome food, and it's like a second world country. Maybe not first world, but second world.
I wouldn't say first, but it's not, definitely not third.
Our mouse heard that.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's so funny.
Gavin, thanks for the $5. I just saw a 5-part miniseries on Hindus' secret contributions to the Revolutionary War. Indians are foundational Americans. The hate is a psyop. Makes sense. Rufus2236, thanks to the €5. Indians living in America telling you why India is the best country in the world. Clown face.
Every time.
Also, Happy New Year. Yep, Happy New Year. Yeah, listen, it's over for white people in the United States. I'm just gonna say it's over. If both teams are against you, I'm not gonna say any Fed shit, I promise, but there's only one solution. That's a random name. Thanks to the 5 Canadian. Who's that Pokemon? Then it's green text. Impassable desert to the north, oceans all around, contributes nothing to human advancement, used as a bioweapon by the Jays, and then it's a monkey emote. Alright, well, there you go. Figure it out, Dev. Who's the Pokemon?
I don't know.
Primeape. I figured it out. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's obviously not what he meant, but.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting.
I'm sorry.
Very interesting. Thanks to the €2. Greetings from Germany. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, someone said Jinx.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know if. Whatever. Never mind. Anyway, comment account. Thanks to the $2. Happy New Year, Synthetic Crew. Happy New Year. C, thanks to the $5. Total Chaos Doom conversion mod, survival horror FPS, new version preview on Steam. Pyro actually made a video on it. You would like it. Well, if Pyro made a video, then I don't want to play it.
Okay, never mind.
That's why I never played Cruelty Squad. No, that's not entirely true.
Too ugly for me. Cruelty Squad.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm a contrarian.
Looks like it hurt my eyes.
If YouTubers are shilling something, I automatically don't want to play it. Tristan Newkirk, thanks to the 14, whatever ZAR is. Play Beyond Good and Evil, has a soul PS2 art style. Yeah, a bunch of people have wanted me to play that.
We'll get there eventually in the years.
That's true. Yeah, we would definitely play it for the greatest games of all time list. Jackson Left Eye, thanks to the $5. Gotta go lift, but I'll leave the stream on for my dog, HNY. Yeah. Well, we're about to end this one, but I will stream, like 2 to 3 hours for the actual New Year's.
You should, for New Year's, you should play me Paleo in Master Duel. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, you want to torture me? That's cool. I approve.
Yep.
Especially since I don't know that deck well enough that I'm sure you'll mega abuse me. Yeah. I know they're immune to monster effects, though. I know that. Yeah. I know that. I'm not that dumb.
You can't surrender, though. That's the rule.
Yeah, there's no surrendering. You have to play.
No surrendering.
Gavin, thanks for $5. I've never seen ethnic food not be slop on rice, except Mexican food, which is just different types of slop on tortillas. Yeah, see, that makes sense. Schizo Thai Man, thanks to 5 CHF. You dare criticize the cuisine of Britain. F slur pies, C-word curry takeaway, deep fried shite, jellied foreskin. Brian C, thanks to the membership. Do you think 2025 will top 2024 with AAA disasters? Probably not. Probably not.
Hopefully not.
This year is like, holy shit. It would be, they'd have to be trying to do worse than this year, I think.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Concord.
Yeah, because we didn't play it.
Yeah, no one got a chance and not enough time.
Yep. A week is not enough time, god damn it. It was like 12 days, I think it was live, something like that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yep. Game Sense, thanks to the $2. Did you or Devin watch Spriggan for anime? Nope. We're bad. Well, we didn't watch it. We didn't even talk about Dogma either, though, because we talked so long anyway. We'll talk about anime next week. Very interesting. Thanks to the €5. I hope 2025 will be a less woke year for games. Yep, let's hope.
Yep.
Okay, that was it. No more super chats. Podcast.
Hooray.
Oh, god damn it. Irish Major Tom, thanks to the 5 Canadian. British food is way too bland and salty. They also load their bacon full of salt, way more than even Canada.
Yes, British food is gross and weird. We don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but like, it's certainly
don't
not.
Lie. Don't be nice to them. British people aren't people.
Listen, I don't know. All their great explorers are gone, and what's left is, kind of
all the
genetic
good
waste.
Came to conquer other places.
Yeah, many such cases.
Yeah,
I think all of us are part of like the genetic like drag pools. We're in rough times. We're weak men, and there's hard times, and it's bad.
And it's bad.
Oh, and it's bad.
We don't like that.
The big if true.
Yeah.
Solid. Thanks to the $5. No message. Retargus 2. Thanks to Brazilian. One more to stall you. Okay, I think we're.
Yay! It's dinner time.
Okay. We're ending the stream. I'll be back online. By 9 p.m. at the latest. So yeah, I'll see you guys.